Life's a ride, so let's make it count. Cherish every moment, that's what it's about. Tune in together, we're building our groove. Every beat, every laugh, we're ready to move. A little laughter, some love, we're soaring high. Every single episode reaching for the sky. News on the airwaves, spreading good vibes. Friends together, watch how our spirits rise. Kick back, unwind, leave the troubles behind. This podcast is gold, a treasure you'll find. With every word, we'll light up your day. Join the conversation, let's laugh all the way. A little laughter, some love, we're soaring high. Every single episode reaching for the sky. News on the airwaves, spreading good vibes. Friends together, watch how our spirits rise. Kick back, unwind, leave your troubles behind. This podcast is gold, a treasure you'll find.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to the cafe. It's great to be here with you. I hope you're all having a great morning. I hope you all had a great weekend and a great holiday yesterday. It's great to see you all, although I have seen most of you anyway. It's still great to say hi again, and I hope you're all feeling good and just doing wonderful. Welcome. And who do we have with us in here this morning? Mama Bear is having her last day of school with her children, so we may see her more soon. Who knows? I'd be excited, but either way, she'll be in the chat, as she always is. Let's see here, and sorry I'm a little late. I had a pre-show meeting with my moderators, and it's all their fault. They all talk so much, I can't. I'm just kidding. It's my fault. I wasn't paying attention at the time, and I was doing this. It's me. I did it. It's my fault. But either way, we're here now, and that's what matters. And thank you all for being here too. Speaking of Mama Bear, right there in the chat, she is with us as always, supporting like she does. Dagburn, Johnny Gobble's dead. Floozy Mama's in the chat with us. Sassy Cassie, welcome back. Miss Alicia J, hey. Good to see you this morning again. Long time no see. Mark Schumann, great to see you. Sassy Cassie. Let's see, who else do we have in here? Outer Banks, hello and welcome. Let's see. Miss Tandy going to be joining us in the mornings now because she doesn't have work now since school's out. Thank the Lord. It's great to have her here in the mornings. Let me see. Again, guys, don't forget to subscribe if you haven't to Mysterious Minds with Mama Bear. We all know who she is, but let's get that channel of hers going full speed ahead if we can. Thank you. Just wondering why the creators have such long intros. Well, normally it's not that long, Outer Banks, but it's to give people time to pop in here and get everything rolling. That way everybody comes in so that we can just take off when we get going. Either way, it was a little longer today though, because like I said, I was in there gabbing, and it should have been, so my deepest apologies. Daniela Kiriako, welcome back. Great to see you. Donna Salamander, you too. And of course, Brandy B, the OG. Great to have you here, guys. Please make sure as you come through that door to hit that like button, share this out, let everybody know we're waking up together, if you will. I appreciate that so very much. Let's see. There is the Mama Bear's link there, guys. Check it out if you will, please, and thank you. Moonlit Baby, welcome and good morning. Great to see you. Yes, that's what Mama Bear does. She follows me around because, like a mother, because I'm a ding dong, to make sure I'm doing the right things. And she came in there this morning because she wasn't in the meeting at first and was like, "What are you doing?" And I looked down at the time, and there we go. So if it weren't for her, guys, I wouldn't exist out here. I can promise you that much. She'll tell you that herself. Where is SRBBBBB? She wasn't in there this morning either. Hope she's okay. Mrs. Amir, hello and welcome. Thank you for joining us. Yep. Let me see. Okay, Mark Schumann. I think I got everybody so far. Come on in, guys. Grab a cup of Joe. Or whatever. Oh, okay. I think I added a little too much to that. A little sweet. Welcome, Mrs. Demir. Wonderful to see you today. Hope you're having a great morning. That she did. She's the mama bear. That's why she has that name. And I know Molly better bring her bootay in here. She was just in there with us. She can come in here too. I may need her. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Just a few minutes, guys. We'll get things kicked off. I'm just kind of trying to give everybody the op to come in here. I don't want to have to go backwards and come back again. Yeah, you think? I just seen her. All right, let me see, y'all. A couple new faces and names in here. I'm super excited for that. It's wonderful to see all these new faces and names. We appreciate you so very much. Let's see here. It's like fall here today. I'm so tired of this weather. It's time for summer. Time. Yes, welcome, Mrs. Amir. Oh, you're in South Africa. That's awesome. Welcome, welcome. Oh, that's right. The seasons are different. I forgot. Right now, it's like in Australia, right now, it's wintertime, going into wintertime. So, South Africa, she's saying fall evening. That's amazing how different it is for different parts of the world, isn't it, guys? I love seeing when we have people tuning in from different countries and stuff. It's awesome to me. Love it. I love it. It's cloudy and 63, a little chilly. That's how it is here. And the temperature here is like, I don't think it's 63. Hold on. Yeah, it is 63. I'll be damned. Same exact. We have the same weather, Mama Bear. Thank you guys for those purple hearts. God bless. Always, always. In honor of our wisdom speaks, she'll always be with us. So I try to do this. I'm sure at some point people will forget to put the hearts in the chat. And it's understandable, guys. It's a thing that, but as long as we can do it in honor of wisdom, we will do it. That way she'll always be with us. Oh boy, summer's here for you, Cassie. That's for sure. The Karma Police in the house. Thank you, Karma, for that. Wonderful to have you here today. I hope you're having a great start to your day. And I hope you guys all had a healthy and a happy Memorial Day. Enjoyable. Today, guys, we're going to be looking into, of course, Jack and Lily updates. Very sad situation. We're going to look into another vehicle was driven through a crowd of people yesterday again. And what else is going on in the world around us to get the day kicked off? The week, I should say. And that's what we do in these morning shows. And we'll be looking into different things here or there. See if we can look into any good Samaritans and show some of the positivity that's still going on in the world around us. We're going to laugh a little before we leave here. Excuse me. And whatever else is going on out there. So, yes. Let's see here. We have, I don't think I see. Nope, I think I got everybody. Hang on. Let me double check something over here. Yep, there was another mass shooting somewhere. I remember seeing that too, Bear. I was going to look in that too. Yep. All right, let me see. Thank you, Mrs. Amir, so much. God bless. It goes to all of you guys. So, all right. 31 peeps in the house. And it looks like we got 3 likes. No way. That ain't right. Hang on. Come on, YouTube. Get your stuff together. 18 likes, 31 peeps. Let's try to make that match, guys, if we can. Please and thank you. I appreciate you very much. All right. What do we got going on here? Let me see something. Okay. Give me one moment. All right, guys. It's just been a little slow this morning. Let's jump off with this first, and then we'll jump into what's going on with Jack and Lily, and then we'll move forward from there. But this is the most the most horrible thing that's gone on. It's crazy. Again, another situation like this. It's hard to believe that people. I was telling the mods this morning. I said, I love the internet. I love the social media platforms, and it gives us the ability to do what we're doing right now, and to be able to talk to all of you guys and do this. But I think in some way it's a bad thing too, because we had one person that did this, drove their vehicle into a crowd, and it seems like it's becoming a regular thing now because they see it happening, I think, and it gives people ideas, and I don't think that's a good thing. So I do believe that is probably one of the downfalls with all this, unfortunately. It's kind of a sad thing, and it's very scary because you just never know when somebody's going to do that. Don't be talking about French toast in here. I have been craving that for like 6 months. I need it. Oh God, that would be so good. You guys are talking about food. We always end up talking about food in here at some point. Jeez. All right, guys, let's check this out here real quick.
5:38 right now in world news. Police say more than 35 people, including 4 children, were hurt when a man drove a minivan through a crowd of revelers in Liverpool, England.
Yeah, it happened as the city was celebrating the Premier League championship. And as Wendy Gillette tells us, the man was arrested and is believed to have acted alone.
These celebratory cheers were short lived after UK police say a ramming incident left dozens of soccer fans injured Monday. Paramedics tended to those in need after the attack turned the day into a scene of terror.
We believe this to be an isolated incident, and we are not currently looking for anyone else in relation to it. The incident is not being treated as terrorism.
A 53-year-old British man was arrested. Witnesses say the crowd swarmed the vehicle after it hit people and smashed its windows. The driver accelerated again, striking more victims. trapping some of them under the van.
I'm just in shock, like we can't stop shaking. And when we've seen the footage now of people lying on the road, I just can't fathom why anybody would do that to get people hurt, especially the amount of children that were there.
Before the attack, red confetti rained through the air as hundreds of thousands celebrated their team's victory in the streets. The incident brought swarms of police officers to the street where it happened. It's one of several car rammings across the world this year. On New Year's Day, 15 people were killed when a U.S. man drove a vehicle into a crowd celebrating on Bourbon Street in New Orleans. In April, 11 people died in an attack at a festival in Vancouver, Canada. Wendy Gillette, CBS News.
And the team and the Premier League both issued statements offering prayers for those victims.
Time.
That's so horrible, you guys. Like I said, it's just, that's so many. I've reported on so many of these now. It's just, it's heartbreaking to see this happening to people. It really is. Kent Kearney, welcome, my friend. Donkey, get out of my swamp. Donkey. Is Donkey in here too? Did I see Donkey pop in here? Maybe, maybe not. Welcome, Kent. Good to see you, my friend. I hope you had a great Memorial Day. It's great to have you here today. I didn't see Donkey. Maybe not. I don't know. Okay. Yeah, this is horrible. Like, absolutely horrible, you guys. I just don't. I'm trying to find the other clip I have on this real quick.
Trigger warning. This video includes sensitive and violent content that may not be suitable for all viewers. This video is for 18 plus only. Trigger warning.
All right, guys, just in case, I just want you guys to be forewarned. There could be something in here that could be upsetting, and I just don't want anybody to be surprised by it. So.
"27 patients in total were taken to hospital by ambulance, and we believe 2 of those, including one of the children, have sustained serious injuries.
Yes, Palace will do theirs, we'll put in the effort, and that'll be special. Yeah, for their group.
The people carrier car was coming directly towards us, so I pulled my friend out the way, who then had hold of her daughter, who's 11 years old, and pulled her out the way, and it missed us by about this much.
Extensive inquiries are ongoing to establish the circumstances leading up to the collision, and it is vital that people do not speculate or spread misinformation on social media.
Mobilizing together behind the peace process on a scale that we scenes of joy turn to utter horror and devastation and
Wow, that's just insane. So scary. Hey, Brandy. Absolutely insane. This stuff has to stop, you guys. Too many people losing their lives for no reason whatsoever. None. It's very heartbreaking, very sad. Let's see here. Yes. Agreed, Daniela. Agreed. Absolutely agreed. One second here. Come on in, everybody. For those of you that are just kind of viewing, not in the chat, we appreciate you very much as well. 37 amazing peeps in here. Please make sure to hit that like button, guys, when you do, so that we can get this in that algorithm, if you will. Much appreciated. All right, guys. So again, prayers to everybody in Liverpool that's going through that situation, their families, from all of us here. Just so horrible. Please keep them all in your thoughts and prayer, or keep them, yeah, all of them in our thoughts and prayers. So where's it at? Yeah, some new. Our CMP has not released anything new as of yet on Jack and Lily. We're gonna get to that next. I forgot I do have this as well. Mama Bear had reminded me. We also have this situation that happened near Philadelphia, guys, which is pretty close to me compared to everything else.
Right, so good morning. So I'm just going to
a mass shooting in the Philly area last night. I believe it was like 9 hours ago or so. Another horrible situation.
give you a quick briefing overview of what happened. Around 10:27, men and women hear gunshots. So we have officers out here. We have different groups of young people or different groups that are out here. They're moving them out of this process. Around 10:27, they hear several gunshots fired. As a result of that gunfire, we have 11 shooting victims. Of those 11, 8 of them are adults. 2 of those individuals, a male and a female, have been pronounced. The other 8 are in other 9 are in a stable condition. Of those total 11, 3 of them are juveniles, 15, 16, and 17. And so it's been a challenging day for the men and women throughout the different parts of the city. We had groups of individuals, particularly juveniles. This one a little bit different. We have a blend of adults and juveniles. The men and women were here earlier in the day, saw the activity, were moving those that they were packing up as this incident unfolded. But unfortunately, the individuals continued to engage in gunfire, even though the officers were in the area. And we have a lot of investigation to do. As you can see, it's a very, very large scene. We'll be here until daylight to be able to capture. We have multiple rounds that were fired. So I'll stop there and see if you have any questions.
Commissioner, what were there was reports of several 911 calls today from people reporting trouble, that there was as many as 900 people here all day. Did you hear anything like that?
Listen, I mean, this is a very popular area. I mean, going from 30th Street all the way through. We're going to get a number of individuals. In most cases, those events go safely with no issue. Folks are out in the park every weekend. As you know, we're dealing with juveniles, whether it be at Broad and CB Moore. This one a different blend because we have a large number of adults involved in the event over here. But it's not uncommon for us to have large groups of individuals surge into the park. We deal with those on a regular basis. But at the same token, when an individual decide, you can see how dark it is up there. It's only lit up there now because of our lights up there. Secreting themselves in the park becomes even a greater challenge to identify who's out there and who may be engaged in negative behavior.
While you're still searching, did you find, did your folks recover any weapons yet?
We have not recovered any weapons at this point.
Any individuals stopped cooperating with you guys to help?
No, we have no one stopped at this time. Homicide is on location. We'll start going through the process. We expect that we'll start to pick up a lot of information tomorrow as the day unfolds. Today, because we're already in Tuesday. As the day unfolds, we'll start to see things unfold.
The male and female that were pronounced, were they juvenile or adult?
They were adults.
There was a state representative who came by here earlier. I forgot the gentleman's name. He said something about, asked the police about the permit expiring, that it was supposed to expire at a certain time, and individuals were still out here well past that permit expiring.
I don't. We'll go through the investigation, whether they have permits or not permits. I mean, we're in the park, right? And so there are going to be folks who are going to say that, hey, the police should have been out here. We're in the park. People come in here. It's Memorial's Day, and so we try to manage the crowds as they unfold. But at the same token, it is a challenge when individuals decide that they're going to fire into a crowd. That's something that we can't anticipate, but we do work hard to try to address the issues as they come underway.
Commissioner, do you believe this was one gunman, or was this kind of an incident of like mass hysteria where just people started firing?
We don't know yet. We can hear multiple rounds from stuff that's been already posted on social media. The team will dissect that. We have our team up there. Crime scene is now going through, looking at the shell casings. We'll be able to determine, if it was one weapon or multiple weapons. But it's pretty rapid fire, so we're gonna be pretty confident that there probably was a switch on this guy.
There were some videos on social media circulating. I'm assuming you guys were using that as part of your investigation.
Yeah, absolutely. We'll go through all of the social media stuff that's come after and prior to see if there was anything that we could have missed. We good?
Thank you.
All right. Thank you, everyone.
Do you know when there might be another update?
Well, so I've already briefed the mayor on this on my way here. Even before I left the house, we'll probably have some updates tomorrow morning once we get the scene resolved, and we'll give you an update then, whether we do it in person or send out something in writing. But this is significant. It's Memorial's Day, is a day where we honor those who gave their lives in war, and so we understand the significance of this event. And so we'll make sure we provide an update later today. All right. Thank you, everyone. All right.
Horrible situation again. Unbelievable how much of this stuff happens. It really is. Too many people, too many people losing their lives. Innocent people that have nothing. No reason, they go to start their day off and just enjoy their day. Yesterday was Memorial Day and everybody had plans to do this, that, and the beginning of the day is one way. The end of the day, they're gone. That's so sad to me. Welcome, Stitches. Good to see you today. I do have one more bit of news, guys. Bad news again. Very horrible bad news. In Texas, bad situation again. Let's see here. Oh, well, where'd it go? There it is. Teen who recently joined the Air Force killed in a jet ski hit and run on Texas lake. Suspect's photo released. One moment here, guys. Okay, so it's an 18-year-old basketball player who had just only joined the Air Force has died. She was struck in a horrific jet ski hit and run in Texas. Cops say while releasing a photo of the suspect, the victim, Ava Moore, had been kayaking in Grapevine Lake and Grapevine on Sunday evening when two women on a jet ski allegedly plowed into her, according to police. Once she came out of the water, I had them lay her down, started helping her at that point, witness Lisa Skrabic told WFAA, starting life-saving measures to help the young girl. Even more, let's see, the standout basketball player and 2024 graduate of Fort Worth Timber Creek High School was rushed to the Baylor Scott and White Medical Center where she was pronounced deceased. Authorities said that the women driving the jet ski immediately fled the area in a car with a man striking another vehicle as they left. Jesus. The other woman on the jet ski remained behind and was interviewed by police. Police blasted out a photo of the suspect jet ski driver in a bid to track her down. I'm guessing this is her right here. Unnamed suspect's picture was released to authorities. So if that helps, if anybody knows who this woman is, has seen this woman in the Fort Worth area, please contact police immediately and let her know, or let them know, I'm sorry, that you know her, you know where she is, so on and so forth. This is horrible. If it was an accident, it's an accident. It says, we're grieving the loss of our daughter at this time. Our prayers are also with the young ladies involved, along with their families. Her family said in a statement. And again, like I said, it was an accident. It was an accident. Just come forward and state it. Running is not the way to do this, okay? This is insane. Here, hang on a minute, guys. Jesus, this is unbelievable. People, I just don't understand people anymore. The thoughts that they blows my mind.
What if a flaky plaque throws me off my game?
What if Ned knew he could treat differently?
Otezla is the #1 prescribed pill to treat plaque
Sorry about the ad.
Otezla can help you get clearer skin and reduce itching and flaking. Doctors have been prescribing Otezla for over a decade. Don't use Otezla if you're allergic to it. Get medical help right away if you have trouble breathing or swallowing, swelling of the face, lips, tongue, throat, or arms.
And it won't let me skip.
Nausea or vomiting, depression, suicidal thoughts, or weight loss can happen. Tell your doctor if any of these occur and if you have a history of depression or suicidal.
My guess is, you guys, that she may have been under the influence of alcohol, and that's why she ran, because then she could be charged with a DUI, vehicular manslaughter, so on and so forth. I don't know the laws in Texas as far as that goes, but even on the water, it can still be charged the same way. So that could be why she ran.
Thoughts.
With clear skin, Ned's movie night
Oh, no
would
excuse.
be a groovy night. Live in the moment. Ask your doctor about Otezla. Scan to learn more.
This morning, we are learning more about the 18-year-old kayaker who was killed over the weekend in an apparent hit-and-run crash with a jet ski on Grapevine Lake.
Police are now looking for the woman you see there on your screen who is wanted in connection to that deadly collision. Our Larry Collins is following that story for us live this morning.
Good morning. Yeah, this is a story that reached across North Texas. We'll talk more about who police are looking for, but we do want to start this morning talking more about the victim. 18-year-old Ava Renee Moore was a 2024 graduate.
Good morning, girls. Yes, we see you.
Of Timber Creek High School in Keller ISD. She was a high
Okay, I don't know what just happened there, guys. Hold on. Sorry about that. 1 second. I don't know why that just happened. That's very strange. Come on, I don't want to have to go through this whole thing again. I don't know what's going on this morning. YouTube is doing its own thing. It's ridiculous. Hold on. Okay, this is strange. Wow. It doesn't seem to want to let me play that. Girls. Leslie and Billy. That's weird. No, they're not blocked. I said that last night, Leslie. I don't understand that. That's weird. All right, well, guys, we're not gonna be able to watch that one. I don't know why. There must be something wrong with the video. It keeps cutting out and jumping back to another one. So give me a minute here to look at it and see if there's some kind of an embedded thing on it or something, and we'll get back to what we're doing here. My apologies. Just give me one moment here. 1 minute here, guys, and I will get us back to where we need to be. All right. What's going on? That's strange. Very strange. Very strange. Very strange. Hang on, yeah. I think I see what the problem is. Maybe. What in the heck is going on in here today? Sorry, guys. We're having some technical issues in here. Well, that's weird. Okay. I think I'll have. Give me just 1 minute. Thank you for your patience, guys. I'll have this put together. I know what the problem is now. Oh, Lord. 1 minute. Gotta love computers and YouTube for sure. Just 1 minute. Oh, also, I need to set the settings. Okay, that's different there. 1 minute. 1 minute. 1 minute. Okay, that's very weird. Also, let me check too. No, you're not blocked in here, Leslie. If you can hear me, hon. Like I said, you weren't. I had no reason to block you. And I don't see your name in here being blocked either, so I don't know what the deal is with your other account, but it's not in here. Okay, so we're up here. Moonlight, good to see you today. Thank you for being here. You said you did try again today? It's not blocked in here, Leslie. I don't know what's up, hon, but that's weird. How long has it been? I'm looking again right now. How long has it been that you have? I wondered where you had been. I hadn't seen you. I haven't seen this other account either, so I don't know what's up with that, but you've been in here a long time and I've never had you blocked before, so I don't know why. And the mods are in here with us, so none of them have done it. And all the mods are the same, -1, and unfortunately we lost Sherry Wisdom, but yeah, nothing's changed. I'm looking now too, and I don't see you in here, so it's very strange. Excuse me, guys. All right, just give me one more moment and we'll move forward here. Thank you again for your patience. I really appreciate it. Anytime we have technical issues, which is, it happens, you know, so I've seen other people get upset and take off because people having technical issues, things that we can't control sometimes. So I greatly apologize. Oh, no, that's not working either. I think I need new glasses, y'all. These ones just don't do it for me anymore. Yeah, YouTube does, they unsubscribe people from people's channels too sometimes, guys. They've been doing that. Well, boom. I told you. I see ya. No idea. That's weird. I have no idea. And you're in here with this one too. Yeah, I don't know. Well, it's good to see you, but I had no idea. Yeah, I don't know what the deal is, dear. Maybe it's a glitch on the other end. Let me ask you this. Are you looking to see if you're self-subscribed to my channel? You're not subscribed to the channel? Maybe it pulled. I mean, I've never seen that before, but maybe YouTube did something. They've been taking people and unsubscribe. If you didn't unsubscribe, then it still would. You should still be able to show up though, even if you're not subscribed, because there's other people that aren't subscribed that come in here or weren't subscribed that come in here and they still show up in here. I wish we could do that too, Moonlight. That would work just as well as YouTube, but YouTube has the best facet and it works better than all the others platforms right now. Sadly, there are other platforms, but they don't work like this. So, all right. So make sure that you're subscribed, Leslie. Nope, and it won't let me. Maybe it's my card. No. I don't mean no. Listen. I don't mean member, like not to be a member, just subscribe, where you go down and click the subscribe button. You don't have to be a member. Okay. That's not important. I don't care about that. That's up to you later on, but to still be here without being a member, just subscribed, period, is all I'm saying. There's no reason why you wouldn't show up for that. I'm glad you're back and we can see you, but yeah, don't worry about the membership thing, Leslie. I'm just talking about the subscription period, because YouTube has been unsubscribing people from channels without people realizing it. That's why I tell people to make sure, if you want to be subscribed here, to go check it, make sure it's still subscribed. It unsubscribed me from 3 channels. Okay. So good. There you go then. Unless the only other way it would work in a different way is if you blocked me from your side of things and you didn't want to see what I was doing. You know what I mean? Either way, you're in here now. We see it. And it's back. Okay. There you go. All right. We're good. So maybe that's what the problem was, Leslie. Either way, welcome back. It's good to see you. It's been a while. It's great to have you here. So thank you for being here. Yes. Never. Now it's back. Likely never. Okay. Well, either way, you're here. I'm grateful to have you here. It's good to see you. I wondered where you had been. I hope you're doing well. I hope you had a great day yesterday. It was good to see you last night over at Outcast as well. So thank you for joining us today. Sorry about all of that mess, you guys. Just all you guys are important to me. Every one of you guys. So I will stop and take the time to make sure that everybody gets what they need through here. Okay, that's all. Welcome, Official or Eminem. And yes, you win memberships all the time, or not win, but get donated memberships. So okay. Here we go. And guys, to do that, no, I've never been mad at you, Leslie. Never been mad. You've been here a long time. Why would I get mad at you? I thought you were mad at me, to be honest with you, because I hadn't seen you. I thought that you just didn't care for me anymore and decided you didn't want to be around. So I don't know. It happens. It happens. I will purposely not buy your product if your ad interrupted my dago. Thank you, Moonlit. I love you. I love you. I love it. It's good to see you. Well, make sure I have my breakfast prepped and ready to cook. There you go. There you go. Good to see you, man. It happens. It happens. All right, let's get to moving now, guys. Sorry about the delay. We'll get back to where we're supposed to be. It is great to have you back, Leslie. And hopefully we don't have to go through that again. One minute, folks. Let me cut this down. All right, guys, I'm so sorry about that. My son just had an issue and blah 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 with the school, so my apologies. I had no idea that was happening. Michael 007's in the house. Good to see you, my friend. Thank you for joining us, Michael. Hope you're doing well. Hope you had a great, well, Memorial Day here in another country, but understood. Cool. Okay. On we go, guys. On we go. Really, Mama Bear. Okay. All right. On we go, folks. On we go. Thank you all for being here. For those of you that are just now joining us and that have, I appreciate you. And again, my deepest apologies for the delays, everyone. It's just everything happening at once. Absolutely, Michael. Absolutely. It's always a pleasure to have you here, my friend. We've missed you. Hope things are going well for you. And we're going to move on now and see what updates we have in Lily and Jack's case out of Nova Scotia. Also, there is a video put out about supposed remains found in Nova Scotia. I don't feel like they belong to these kids. I pray to God they're not. But I do feel like something is going to come out that's not good, sadly. So let me find this. To find a new one. All right. Let me see. This new video dropped by, who was this? Entertainment. 1 second. Well, you know what? Let me show you this one first, guys. Let's see. All right, guys. This is the newest one. I've been showing a few different channels. I've been putting certain things out on this. When I can't find anything from RCMP or the news. Hey, Chick Bake. Good to see you there. So, NT 2014. Hello, Miss Christina. Good to see you today. Jeremiah 1111. Welcome. Good to have you here. All right. And anybody else that I don't see or didn't see? Me, myself, and I. Reminds me of a song. Mirror, mirror on the wall. Who was that? De La Soul. Just me, myself, and I. That's the name of the song. Anyway, sorry, I'm a dork, you guys. You get to know that. For those of you that are newer, I'm a bit of a dork. Anyway, so Evil Exists put this out 8 hours ago, and this is in regards to the remains that were supposedly found. What is happening? Backwoods and Outlaw Rhythms. Good to see you. Okay, I hope it goes away, bro. I'm sorry to hear that, brother. Migraines suck. They're the worst thing in the world. Did you really? Did you really? That's awesome. I love it. De La Soul. Yeah, I've been in music for years, folks. So everything I relates to music. Just saying. It's just me, myself, and I. Solo ride until I die. Easy. Yes. There you go, Cassie. I'm surprised you know who they are. All right, here we go.
Jack and Lily from Pictou County, Nova Scotia, has cast a spotlight on the entire province in Canada. Of course, we are all praying and hoping that these children are found, safe and sound, but police believe that they may no longer be with us, especially after all this time, and they are both very young. So, when news gets out that remains were found in Nova Scotia, many of us stop dead in our tracks, wondering if it's related to this case. I got a number of emails asking for me to get more information on the remains that were found in Nova Scotia and reported on just hours ago. As far as I know, the human remains were found in Cape Breton County, which is about 2 hours and 45 minutes away from Pictou County for those of you that are wondering. The remains were discovered yesterday in a rural area about 20 kilometers south of Sydney. According to a news release, police were called to the Morley Road area at around 5 p.m. We don't have any more information, except that police are investigating, and that a forensic identification unit is at the scene, and will be working with the medical examiner's office to identify the remains. Access to Morley Road is restricted, and police are asking the public to avoid the area while they investigate. Many are speculating that it could be the remains of Kenneth Justin MacDonald, who was last seen at a gas station on Commercial Street in North Sydney, where he was captured on store surveillance cameras. Days later they recovered his vehicle, but his body has never been found. Police have charged 3 people in connection with the killing of Justin MacDonald, even though his body has never been found. I will keep you all updated if there is further information released on this. Praying for the family and friends of whoever the remains belong to. Someone's loved ones will get closure today.
Oh wow. Yeah, that's crazy. That is crazy. Yeah. I pray to God it's not them. I mean, I feel like I don't even know what to say, you guys. I felt like a horrible situation with this since we started this, okay? But it didn't. That's the thing, is it didn't say 2 sets. That's right. And that's what I'm saying. I don't think it's them. So let me see here. Now this other show put out nope, that's not it. Let's get this other video up for you guys. One minute. Let's see if I can find it here. I had it up this morning, was reviewing it, and now I can't pull it back up. YouTube's doing some weird shit today, guys. That's all I can tell you. They're doing some strange things. Hold on. And I checked the RCMP website today. There's nothing new, sadly. There we go. 1 second here. They just dropped a new one, I thought.
What?
No, it is not. Let's see. World entertainment and news. Why will it not? Having a bad technical day today, y'all. It's driving me crazy. Hey, Brandy. Sullivan Oil. Thank you, T2014. Good to hear.
That's what I'm saying.
There we go. Here it is. Good God. Why was that so hard to find? Should not be that hard. Good Lord Almighty. Sorry, everybody. Here we go. Let me load this up here for you. All right.
Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we will be looking at the Jack and Lily Sullivan case, because someone on the biological dad's side of the family has spoken out, and this will shock you. Also, Lily and Jack went missing and were searched for straight away. This is very important, and I will tell you why. So the first thing that we are going to look at in today's video is this clip that was posted by someone on TikTok, because it shows that someone has left a suspicious comment on one of the family members' posts, which is very worrying.
Said, post all you want, Joe. I still coming to collect. Now this post, this comment.
Wait, what the, like, okay. Malaya's brother shared mom's post. Okay, still praying and sharing. Please share and issue an Amber Alert to find these precious children. Even the brother's pushing for an Amber Alert. We cannot go another night without them. Okay. Someone posted a comment that reads, post all you want, Joe. I still coming to collect. I mean, what? What?
So in the video, you can see that a comment was left on Malaya's brother's post, which he shared on Facebook, about Jack and Lily going missing. And this comment is very disturbing. The comment says, post all you want, Joe. I'm still coming to collect. But the name of the person who said this has been blurred out. But what is he talking about? And what is he coming to collect? This really doesn't look good. And this basically tells you that there was a lot more going on than we think. Now, before we get into the messages from the biological dad's family, we are going to look at someone who makes some very good points about the case that I want to talk about.
A neighbor of Lily and Jack Sullivan. It's been 19 days since Lily Sullivan and Jack Sullivan were reported missing from their rural Nova Scotia home. Despite search efforts picking up almost immediately after receiving the call that the two children had allegedly wandered away, pausing and then resuming their search, nothing in the wooded area close by to their home indicates that they walked through that very thick terrain with a lot of fallen trees. No boot prints, no articles of clothing, no pieces of clothing, no scent, nothing. Glenn Brown, who worked as an operational dog handler in the RCMP for 26 years before retiring, states that this case is very unusual. He says it's really strange to have two kids who just wandered away and there's no evidence to suggest where they could have wandered to. He said, quote, I find it hard to believe that a 6 and 4-year-old would just disappear like that. Now, this guy doesn't work for the RCMP anymore, but he has the knowledge and experience of working for them. And he is saying what we are all thinking as a professional, someone who has done work in this field. He's saying that this just doesn't make sense. Now, we've heard a lot about canine dogs being brought in to track Lily and Jack's scent, but we haven't heard anything about cadaver dogs. Now, Daniel Martel, the kid's stepfather, stated that he wants cadaver dogs to be brought in during one of his recent interviews. Why have cadaver dogs not been utilized in this search yet? Cadaver dogs are used to specifically pick up the scent of human remains. And in this situation where Lily and Jack are believed to be deceased, according to the RCMP, after 19 days allegedly in the woods, you would think that.
By the way, welcome, Cap. I didn't see you, bro. And Denise, good to see you both. Thank you both for joining us.
That cadaver dogs would be utilized so that it would be easier for them. So I find it weird how that hasn't been utilized yet. I'm wondering if that hasn't been utilized yet because authorities feel like maybe the kids aren't in the woods after all. Or maybe cadaver dogs have been used since Daniel Martel's last interview. I'm not sure. I haven't been able to find anything concrete to indicate that cadaver dogs have been used in the wooded area nearby the home. I'm still in my gut feeling like there is some sort of foul play that took place here, whether it's by way of a family member or by way of a stranger. On one hand, we have the road that is right there, very close by to the home. The kids apparently had their backpack. It's possible that they could have walked toward the road to go to school, start walking to school when they were grabbed by somebody driving by. And then on the other hand, we have Lily and Jack not going to school on Tuesday because it was a day off. Wednesday and Thursday, they weren't in school because they weren't feeling good. And Friday, they were reported missing. So Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, the kids were unaccounted for by anyone except the mother and the stepfather. That is also extremely suspicious when you put all of this together. So authorities have a lot to look through, a lot to investigate, a lot to review, a lot of interviews that they need to conduct, a lot of footage that they're going to have to look into. Hopefully there's some sort of cameras on one end or the other end of the road, just something that could provide more insight as to what happened to these two kids, because clearly looking in the wooded area close by to the home is not sufficing. Malaya Brooks Murray, the two children's mother, stated on May 2nd that she wants an Amber Alert for the kids. She says that they are not shy to strangers and will go with anyone. They don't understand stranger danger. At this point, they may have been taken. Please send an Amber Alert now. And when you have that, knowing the kids would have gone with a stranger if they were approached, combined with the fact that Lily had her backpack and could have been walking toward the road to go to school. And then we have this article right here that states that the RCMP stated that there is impassable conditions and terrain in the woods. It just seems to indicate that the kids never wandered into the woods in the first place. Could the kids have actually been abducted, or was Malaya Brooks Murray just trying?
I agree with that, Stitches. That's the only thing that makes that make any sense, considering there was two children missing and they stopped real quick. So yeah, I agree.
Trying to paint the picture that they could have possibly been abducted. Because on one hand, she's saying the kids would have talked to and went with anybody, but I'm pretty sure it was Daniel Martel, the stepfather, who said something completely different.
So, the main thing that I want to talk about is the fact that pretty much as soon as Jack and Lily went missing, they were searched for. And this is normally a big problem in missing persons cases, because what tends to happen in cases like these is that there is some missing time after the disappearance, which makes it harder to actually locate the person you're looking for. But Daniel apparently went out looking straight away, and that leaves me with a bad feeling. Because if he looked straight away and Jack and Lily had just wandered off, then the chances of him finding the kids would be very high. But instead, no one has been found. Which does leave you thinking that they aren't anywhere near the woods. The last thing that we are going to look at are some messages from the biological dad's aunt, and she had some very shocking things to say. In the first part of the message, she says, the kids didn't even go in the woods in the first place, plus they have dogs in the yard, which if someone adopted them, the dogs would have made a noise. I say they were taken off the land by someone close to them, and by quad or vehicle, and they are nowhere in them dense woods. So just stop searching, because they're not there. So this is coming from the biological dad's aunt, and apparently the real dad was described as not being in the picture. Then all of a sudden, these comments appear. So does she or any of the dad's side know anything about the disappearances? Or is she just basing this off of what she knows about the family? Also, in the last bit of the message, the aunt says that they need to interrogate the two parents and see which one cracks first. So obviously, she is blaming the family and suggesting that they're involved. What I find strange is that the aunt says, I know they're nowhere around that area whatsoever. In my heart, I know. It sounds to me like she is very sure about this. But how does she know? The next message from the aunt shows her saying that Jack and Lily aren't around the home and are somewhere else. so we can see that the blame game is in full effect here. First, you have Daniel getting blamed by Malaya's family, and now the biological dad's family is blaming them. But surely there is no need to blame anyone or be making such outrageous claims unless they know something has happened to Jack and Lily. Let me know what you guys think about this down in the comments. Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe, and we will update you as we find out more.
I don't know, you guys. That's interesting. Quite interesting. Let's see here. Oh, and one more. Yeah. Oh, it's okay, Eminem. You need me to catch up on something, let me know. Hang on a quick second here. I've been following with excuse me, Michelle, what her what she's putting out on this case just about every day. When I can't
Good morning, everyone. My name is Michelle. I hope you're doing well.
When I can't pull anything from the news, I just try to keep up with anything anybody's saying about this to give us any kind of updates whatsoever. So this is the most recent one Michelle put out yesterday. Hold on.
Welcome to another video. It is Monday morning, the 26th of May. In this video, continuing to follow the case of missing 6-year-old Lily and 4-year-old Jack Sullivan from Lansdowne Station, Pictou County, Nova Scotia, Canada. Yesterday was International Missing Children's Day, and I believe Belinda is Lily and Jack's paternal grandmother. She posted some cute pictures of when they were little toddlers. Absolutely adorable. What we're going to do in this video is talk about other family members, one in particular, and how her temper has boiled over. Let's go. Nova Scotia acknowledged Lily and Jack for International Missing Children's Day. The RCMP in Nova Scotia acknowledged Lily and Jack for International Missing Children's Day, and they made a short post on their social media. It says, over the past 3 weeks, several agencies have participated in ground and air searches in Lansdowne Station as part of the ongoing investigation into the disappearance of Lily and Jack Sullivan. The Nova Scotia RCMP thanks the hundreds of volunteers who scoured the area for the two children. As RCMP officers continue to assess and follow up on all aspects of this missing persons file, investigators thank the many Nova Scotians who've contacted police with tips. They've had close to 200 tips, I believe, now. Anyone with information who hasn't yet spoken to officers is asked to call Pictou County District RCMP at 982-485-4333, or to remain anonymous, contact Nova Scotia Crime Stoppers toll-free at 1-800-222-TIPS, which is 8477. Okay, the tempers are getting very frayed at Lily and Jack's paternal side of the family. There is someone called Daphne, and she is Lily and Jack's great aunt. She's their biological dad, Cody's aunt, and she's the sister of Lily and Jack's granddad. She has made comments on her social media before and answered questions, but this time she's got mad and she's speaking out. Check this out. Someone told me about this post in my live stream yesterday, what I did on this channel about Lily and Jack. After the live stream, I went look for it, and yeah, it's pretty shocking, actually. She's mad. She said the kids didn't even go in the woods in the first place. Plus, they have dogs in the yard, which if someone adopted them, I think that means abducted them, the dogs would have made a noise. I believe there's one dog. I don't know whether there's more than one dog, but I really don't think that Lily and Jack would have been abducted from the yard. It's practically impossible. A stranger walking up into the backyard to take Lily and Jack, I just can't see it. Now, if Lily and Jack left the property and were, let's say, for example, walking down the road or waiting for the bus, one very logical theory is that Lily was going into Malaya and Daniel's room because she wanted to go to school, that she felt better and she wanted to go to school. That's why she took her backpack. That's why she kept coming in to remind them that she wanted to go to school. And as they didn't get up, maybe she got Jack ready and they went to wait for the bus. Maybe they missed the bus and were waiting there and someone picked them up, or they were walking down the road and someone picked them up. I think that's the only way that they could have been abducted by anybody who would be deemed a stranger. Then she says, I say they were taken off the land by someone close to them and by quad or vehicle, and they are nowhere in them dense woods. So just stop searching because you're not there. Telling people to stop searching. Okay. You need to put these two people interrogation for 2 to 4 hours and see which one's going to crack, because I know they're nowhere around the area whatsoever. In my heart, I know that. So please do interrogation. Now, we know that Daniel was interviewed for 4 hours one day. This is according to Daniel. They know that he's not involved, so, you know, they trust him completely, and they were asking him places where Lily and Jack might have gone. That's Daniel's story. Tell the mother you're going to take away the baby or take the baby away from her, whatever the case may be, to get her to talk, because something has got to be done before it's too late. I say the kids are probably in Halifax Harbour. It's sad to say, but it's reality. Now, Halifax Harbour is an hour and a half drive away from Gaylord Road. So any claim that they're in Halifax Harbour is pretty specific, honestly. And if someone did put them in there, I don't know what the tide's like, but imagine it would be impossible to find them by now. But why take them to Halifax?
Understand something too, you guys. There were 60 hours. I said this the other day, 60 hours from the last sign of life seen by anybody besides the parents till the time that they called in and said they were missing, that anything could have happened. So, and it could have been longer, but our understanding is Tuesday they got off the bus. That was the last time anybody else besides the family saw them. So this is not, I don't know where the Halifax Harbor thing came from the aunt, why she thinks that, why she's saying that. If she knows something, and if she does, then she should be speaking to RCMP and telling them what she knows, if that's true. If not, she's just making a guess. Well, okay, but you know, that's kind of pretty specific, and it's kind of interesting to me. So again, there were 60 hours, so anything could have happened from Tuesday to Friday that we don't know yet. You know what I'm saying? Just to give you a heads up on that.
Harbour, if you wanted to put them in water, the Bay of Fundy's closer, that coastline's closer. But Halifax Harbour, it's very specific. It's weird. Not saying she knows anything, I'm just saying, why pick Halifax Harbour? So some people responded to her and said, I believe their little lives were lost days before reported missing. Someone drove those little ones far enough away from their home, and when they do get found, those people will claim they were abducted and blame the RCMP. And I believe one of the adults on the property knows. How can 2 children just disappear, vanish, no trace? Breaks my heart. A lot of people think that they were disappeared, not on the Friday morning, but it is very concerning that no one that we know about outside of the family saw them after Tuesday. And it's even more concerning now we know from neighbour Melissa Scott that police are looking for trail cam and surveillance video footage from the 27th of April. That's the Sunday. So if they were in school Monday and Tuesday, then looking for footage 5 days before they were reported missing, leads me to believe that they are now considering abduction. But if the cops have found out that Lily and Jack actually weren't in school on Monday and Tuesday, that's even more concerning. Daphne says, no, they are not around their home. Thing about that, the dogs couldn't even pick up a scent of any of the little ones.
And I have been saying, I spoke to my mods about this like a week ago, and I said that my theory, knowing that the dogs tracked them to the driveway and then stopped dead on, and that was it, makes me feel like those kids left there in a car, in a vehicle, from that driveway off. They were taken it somewhere, because of the way the scent stopped in the driveway. That's my feeling on that. Okay. Whether phones trade, I don't know, Cap. It's a good question. I would imagine, but once again, remember, there's no phone service out there at all. There's no service for anything. First responders, law enforcement, fire department, EMS, all of that, they could not get their radios to work out there. That's how bad it is, rural wise. So again, I feel like, and I've stated that I believe that those kids were taken in a vehicle from the driveway to somewhere else. That's what I think happened, in my opinion. When, I don't know. Why, whether they were deceased or alive, I'm not sure. I'm going to imagine probably deceased, but sadly, and I feel like it could have been maybe some horrible accident happened and maybe something was covered up, or maybe they did get dressed thinking they were going to school, walk out in the driveway, got to the end and somebody grabbed them. I very highly doubt that they were abducted like that, though. I don't believe that because of this area being the way it is. I just very strongly feel that they were taken out of there in a vehicle, and that's just my opinion. Just saying, of course, because there's no facts to point to that yet. Kent says yes, because the spot where they picked up the scent on the driveway was a spot where they stand to wait for the school bus. It rained the whole week, so there would have been tracks if they should. Yeah, good point, Kent. Very good point.
They were taken out of the yard by a quad or vehicle and placed somewhere far away. And then someone else says, CPS has already taken the baby till after investigation. Look, people have said the baby is still with Malia. Some have said she's been taken by CPS. People close to the family seem to believe that she is with Malia and Malia's mother, but I can't confirm that for sure. I agree with some of.
There was also information put out that when Malia left in the middle of the press conference, she went to sat in the back of an ambulance, and then they left her. They gathered her things, her mother and her. They went to another Providence. Okay, then from there they went off to Ontario together with her and her mother. I don't know what the deal is with that. I'm having issues trusting the mother personally, so that's my feelings. But yeah, but it just took me right, because where they're at the bottom of the valley. You go on my own a half down the road and get to the top of the hill, you get service. Gotcha. Okay. A mile and a half. That's what I wondered, Kent, was how far they had to go to get service. When Malia stated that she got the instinct to go call 911, how far did she have to go to do that? Because she couldn't do it from her house. I wondered what happened when she left to go call 911 and what may have preceded that. That's what I was wondering. So thank you for your input, Ken. I appreciate that very much.
The comments, it's been weeks, still not found. I say they were given or taken for drugs. They all for. There's not even one clue. Or this whole thing for comments is a big scam. Never saw nothing or heard nothing like this. Daphne replies, oh no, she's still got her baby with her at her mother's place. I agree. There is nothing near their homestead. So does Daphne know for sure that the baby's still with Malia? It's very interesting that Daniel isn't allowed to see his biological child. That's according to Daniel. I do find that very interesting. I mean, what, as Malia said, that CPS are stopping him seeing the baby. I mean, look, before Lily and Jack went missing, there was loads of pictures on Malia's Facebook all about she couldn't live without him. And then 24 hours after Lily and Jack were reported missing, she left and never came back. There's something funny there, isn't there? Something funny. Something really funny. Mandy says, they've been interviewed. The boyfriend said one day they questioned him for 4 hours. That is true. That's exactly what Daniel said. Daphne replies, thank you so much. I kept my mouth shut for too long. It's very hard reading about your own family, great niece and nephew. They are just babies. I hope Lily and Jack are found soon alive. I would definitely be amazed and happy, but if not, hope to find the bodies for closure. Yeah. And then someone says, why isn't your nephew doing anything to find his kids? That's a very good question. Daphne says, why? Because he just don't want to be down around those people. Doesn't have to be around those people, does he? To raise awareness, to appeal for them, but just nothing. Crickets. Complete and total crickets where Cody is concerned. But then Daphne says, that's not true, but I tell you who they interrogated for 4 hours, which is my nephew, the father of the kids, and my sister-in-law, the grandmother, for what they never even seen the kids in a year and a half. She kept the kids away from them. So she's saying that Daniel wasn't interviewed for 4 hours. I don't know if she would know that. But her nephew, the bio dad, has been interrogated, and her sister-in-law, which will be Lily and Jack's paternal grandmother. Obvious that they're going to go to those people thinking maybe they've abducted Lily and Jack. Maybe they know some stuff. But
That's a good point, Kent. That's a good point. I didn't think they would be able to have one out there the way they looked, but no, that's a good point. I never thought of that. No, she's not in another province or didn't go to Ontario. She's on the reserve in Truro. Okay. Thank you, Kent, for that. See, this is the information. I appreciate this info. So I'm going to jump over to that here in a minute. Thank you, Kent. I really appreciate the info.
But they haven't seen Lily and Jack for a year and a half, apparently, because Malia kept the kids away from them. That's her story. They didn't want them to know where they lived or anything, because look where to live, what kind of house they were living into. They only live 40 minutes away. Sharing brought the kids up, don't know what that means, because a boyfriend didn't like them. So why are police interrogating? Doesn't make sense. My family, the police, or RCMP, whatever the F you called, are full of effing shit. They don't have a sweet effing clue. We look or what you're looking for. To me, my own opinion, that's all. I gotta say, just bring Lily and Jack home because we miss and love you so much. Is Daphne just talking, imagining the worst? It's like every side is honing in on Daniel. Malia's family honed in on him. That's why Malia left, saying Daniel's involved. And then we've got Lily and Jack's bio paternal side. So did they really keep the kids away from Cody's family? Or were they not that bothered at the time? Cody didn't want to see them. Cody didn't press the matter. What went on behind the scenes, we have no idea, and we'll probably never know. And quite frankly, it's none of our business. But there is something deeply, deeply concerning about this case. I keep saying this. I can't quite put my finger on it, but there's something deeply concerning about this case. I think there's more to it than meets the eye. But whether they're in Halifax Harbour, I have no way to know. It's just an oddly specific location, not close to Gerlach Road. Guys, let me know what you think in the comments below, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye, folks.
Thanks again, Kent. Good information. I'm gonna check something out, guys, and see if we can pull anything from there too. Let me see. Wait a minute here. One minute. See if this will give me anything here. Okay, let's see what this is all about. Kent keeps talking about Crime and Shane. I've watched some of the stuff before, so let's see what we got. Might give us some info. If this gives us some input, a little bit more knowledge into what's going on here.
I know that there was a video that came out by CBS News, I believe, with that one. And so we're going to watch some videos.
And as I get myself a little bit more sorted here, because I was just racing around, I left work late, was racing around as I got here. And other than that, and then, yeah, we're going to get into some of the, try to put everything like a little bit more, I guess, in facts, because this channel, as you know, we like to talk about facts. Daphne is talking about Belinda, and that part of the family there, about, because in a screenshot that I can show you, Belinda has answered. It's been almost about 2 years since I've seen the children. So to me, of course, the grandmother, the biological grandmother, being of not knowing. So at the moment, this case, it's kind of like one of those divorces and stuff. He just simply replied, yes, he does state that he is the only one standing for the kids, because that's what he's. The bag over top and stuff like that. Thank you so much for the hearts. Hi, Canadianness. Do. Now, let me just take a look and see if Belinda said anything else. Yeah.
But I mean, I said it last week too. I have known many narcissistic men who are really great manipulators. They know how to spin a story.
I just had it up. The one about thieving. Is there, so basically it's, well, I mean, I think what's being said is that basically a bunch that they do drugs and that they thieve. I've said, I think we've gone through enough that how the woods are and that they are.
My mom
leave. So yeah, it maybe like he never, I don't think ever said. Well,
and that's
to me that's a very common sentence.
Okay, so I'm trying to.
Fully cooperating. I take that one with a grain of salt because.
Kent, did you say that the grandmother called into the show?
You to know.
That's what I was looking for on here. Is that what you were saying, Kent? And SRB, I see you. BBBB, welcome. Good to see you. Yes, go to Alicia and get your pass. The last hour. Thank you. That's what I was kind of looking for, Kent. That's what I'm wondering. Okay, hang on here. Let's see.
I mean, I can understand why Americans would think that the Eastern Coast has accents, but not so much.
They do. They do. I've got so many friends from
Daniel for. Why does the family feel?
It's possibly he wasn't supposed to be sleeping. Possibly.
Please put the facts or what was said to you as you know it, right? Again, the horse's mouth and anything that's posted, said. And the louder she screamed, you can see his face change on there. And like I said, that kid, you think that kid's going to get abducted and freaking someone's just going to pull her from the yard? Same thing happened with Sebastian. On that information. Whether it was ill, start typing anything. But other than that, again, so appreciative to Daphne. Very unlikely, but I've been known to make people fall asleep during ones that I've done. They could have millions of people signing it. I don't want to missay anything because there's
Okay, I think this might be about it.
You know, he didn't make effort to see his kids. His parents did, and I never stopped them from doing that. But I don't know. I don't want to go too far into that, but I just wanted to bring it up that it's very common for women, especially single mothers, when they meet somebody, they want to please their new man, and sometimes the new man doesn't like attachment to exes or ex families, and that's a roadmap to isolation, and that's really one of the hallmarks of domestic violence. And that's terrible to say, and I'm really sorry if it's not true, and I don't want anybody to run off with anything like that, but it's very common, unfortunately. Yes, little mama, it does. It happens in domestic violence, and that's, like I said, it's kind of the roadmap. That's kind of one of the warning signs that when, to recognize that you're in a dangerous situation, that you're isolated, you're not allowed to see your family, or you're discouraged from having connections outside of his or her universe. Do you know what I mean? Like I said, I'm not trying to fuel the flames of more harmful speculation, but it's common, and it wouldn't surprise me. And that's why I said at the beginning of this stream that now my hamsters are turning, because I didn't get that read. I was still having a really hard time getting a good read off Daniel with his interviews. So I so want to believe him.
Yeah.
Gotcha, bud. Thank you, Kent. All the screenshots you're seeing are the questions that she asked her. And then, okay, gotcha. Thank you, sir. That's a good possibility, Alicia. Very good.
But I mean, I said it last week too. I have known many narcissists for it. CPS, I don't know about in the States or whatever, but courts in Canada, they go to great lengths to make sure dads and split families have equal visitation unless there's a danger to the kids. So, and I mean, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
No worries at all, Kent. I'm grateful to get any kind of input on this, because it's been really hard to get any information on this, and I really want to know, some kind of truth or what's going on the best we can. So
I wonder if, okay, I want to go to this first. Sorry, I'm trying to read. I'm reading what Belinda is saying to me. But not sure at this moment if I'm even going to say it or not, because I know I'm just going to leave it at that for a minute, actually. So Daphne messed up with her words. She meant to say that they're not in the woods. They might as well be in the Halifax harbor, because she doesn't believe they're ever in the woods. So basically, she was being
sarcastic.
Sarcastic.
We've heard both ways now, Alicia, that the bio dad didn't want nothing to do with them, and that she kept the kids from the bio dad's family. That's what I've heard thus far. I'm not 100% sure how this truly goes, but yeah. Yes. Hey, Melissa, good to see you. Right. That's what I'm gathering. That's why we're watching this and reviewing it right now. Thank you for being here, Melissa.
Right. You're right on that. So on there. And so I want to come back. Now, is there any truth, Belinda? If you could answer in Messenger. Just to get back to that comment there from my bad. I just had it up. The one about thieving. Is there, so basically it's, well, I mean, I think what's being said is that basically a bunch that they do drugs and that they thieve around businesses for money.
Absolutely, David. I'm sorry, David and Catherine. I'm sorry. Absolutely, women. Absolutely, it happens on both ways, and that's kind of what I was trying to say. I apologize. That's not,
Okay. Okay, guys, I just want to double check before I'm saying anything. I just want to make sure I'm putting that out there, because I don't want to put it out there and then all of a sudden somebody runs with it, gets a piece of me saying that, and then it's wrong information. Okay.
That's really good to know, Kent. But
guys, please go check out Shar over at A Crime and Shame. She's put this out. She did did this last night. She spoke with Belinda, the grandmother, and I'm grateful that she put this out so that we can have this info to be able to refer to and to kind of know some answers to some questions. So please go check it out. Subscribe to her, hit the notification bell if she's running these shows. You don't want to miss them, and show some support over there for her, and hit the like button for this video, guys. I really appreciate that. There's her link on the screen in the chat as well. So much appreciated. I think the dad has to fight for this to see the kids if he wants to, but he was never in their life anyway. But the grandmother was up until the point that Malaya moved in with Daniel. Gotcha. Okay. And I've heard that before, that Daniel wasn't comfortable with the kids' family and didn't want that. But again, we don't know wholeheartedly yet. Thank you, SRB. Thank you again, Ken.
Like even with his previous kids, all of that just started when this happened. So, I mean, that's a completely different aspect of it. That's totally possible, because there are pictures of him with his other kids. And that's why I said, like, I've been biting my tongue. It was just something that was in my head and I mean, it is the cycle of abuse on either side. Like, trust me, I'm dealing with a woman who is abusive to her ex. So, I mean, I get it. It's on both sides. Absolutely.
Good point, Elise.
That report was made Saturday. Well, that's the kind of the issue that Belinda had with that exact clipping as well, by the way. Thanks, Charmaine. Why Daniel said to the reporter last couple of days was hard or stressful, right? Then he corrected himself since Friday morning. He stuttered and said Friday, like he stuttered over the same word. You know,
Sorry, did I say it backwards? That's what I meant to say. Thank you, SRB, for correcting me.
I think I want to, because I know how the internet is. And I'm going to have a conversation with Belinda. If she wants to put out a little bit more information with regards to her son, type of thing, because I'm not feeling really good about seeing stuff being said, because I know how people can twist it, and I want to make sure that it's said properly because of that reason. So that could be for the next live. Okay. As for if Daniel's a thief, the answer was not that she knew of, basically no. Another question that I did ask was, okay. Yeah, because I just don't want to get the two mixed up. Okay, so that's why. Okay, I'm. You know what? I'm not going to cover every of these things. Some of these questions that you're asking, I can ask Belinda after the fact, but I definitely just want to have my ducks in a row. I don't want to say anything because there's so for instance, just a minute ago, I thought she was talking about Daniel, but yet she was talking about her son about something. And so I don't want to confuse the two about information on there. So for that part of it, I'm just going to leave that. I think to be honest with you, I've said, I think we've gone through enough that, like for the conversation that we had, it was really early in the morning when I noticed that Belinda had added me as a friend, again, because she said, that, and thank you for saying this, because she said she felt like I was the right person. I don't say that with ego. What I say that with for is because I had requested the friendship about a week and a half ago. And, you know, she has put out posts. Whenever I see that she's kind of did a post, I kind of just go over to her Facebook and I look to see, you know, if there's a new post that she's put up about the Lily and Jack. You know, dang.
Okay, guys. So I really appreciate Crime and Shame doing that. Hopefully they'll be able to do more of that. Yeah, we covered that first, Jeremiah. I don't think that it belongs to them. I just, for whatever reason, I don't. 1 minute, guys. Trying to get back over to the. Give me 1 minute here. Okay. Hang on here. Sorry about that noise. Right, Global News, I'm sorry, put this out 18 hours ago. And it's pretty much all we have at this point on this. Sorry. That's a good point, Tomboy. It happens. That's the way it just always is, sadly. And that's not always what the problem is. So it does go both ways. That's a fact. Definitely does.
Gave you a clue when they said no abduction. That's a big statement to make at this early in the game.
It's been 24 days since Lily and Jack Sullivan were reported missing from their home in Lansdowne Station. Family members have speculated the children were taken, but police have remained adamant they do not believe the siblings were abducted. According to Nova Scotia's recently updated policing standards, abduction is defined as when a person under 18 years of age or a vulnerable person is taken without the permission of their legal guardian. Jim Hoskins is a retired HRP officer and former major crimes staff sergeant. Despite not working the Sullivan case himself or being privy to any information regarding RCMP's ongoing investigation, he can see only two remaining possibilities.
What I see from the outside, there's only two options here. Criminal involvement, search, they haven't found them yet. They legitimately got lost in the woods. I felt, okay, let's give them a couple of days to see if these kids are just wandered off because they're only 6 and 4. So are they lost? They'll find them, maybe. If not, let's see how far it goes. And I says, and if it goes beyond 2 or 3 days, uh-oh. That was my reaction. What's next? Uh-oh.
A feeling felt across the province that could be driving public obsession with this case.
Canada in 2024, there were just over 30,000 cases of missing children. The vast majority of those cases involve runaways or they involve teens. And actually about 90% of those cases are resolved within a 1-week period. So anytime cases deviate from that, right, I think that is going to draw in the public. And of course, there's the public's desire to see it resolved.
Although Stevens cannot comment on individual cases, she says when children in particular go missing, this tends to be harder for the public to digest.
It taps into a lot of the fears that for example, parents might hold about the safety of their children. But it's really important to remember that of those, for example, 30,000 cases, about 0.1% were cases of like a stranger or parental abduction.
Despite rumors online of criminal motives and cover-ups, Lily and Jack's stepfather, Daniel Martel, has refuted all claims of his involvement, offering to take a polygraph test. And Hoskins says there's still a chance the children are close by.
You can't write it off and say they're definitely not in the woods. I can still say you can get overlooked. You can overlook bodies.
Searchers were back in the woods near the home a week ago, but there have been no significant updates since. In all his years as a police officer, Hoskins says what strikes him most is the probability of something like this happening.
It's bizarre. If you ask me what was bizarre, I'd say in this case, 2 with this particular family. 2 are gone.
Ella MacDonald, Global News.
All right, guys, sorry about that. 1 second here. Hold on, guys. I'm going to bring this down. I'm going to pull up something here else. We're going to be moving on from that now because that's the last thing that they have out there for that. Give me 1 quick second. I had another thing I was bringing forth for you guys today. If you give me 1 quick second here. This other situation was, hold on here, guys. Sorry. Still having issues loading things. I thought this was kind of insane, and I wanted to kind of share this with you guys too. Hold on here. This is nuts. All right. I picked up on this yesterday. Here we go.
Hello. Henderson! I know you want the gate open, baby. We're working on that right now, okay?
Their most autistic child, whose name is basically caged into the downstairs living area. And when I say caged, he's naked. There's feces around. It's extremely messy in the area, and windows are boarded up.
It's just before noon in Henderson, Nevada, a city just outside of Las Vegas, where a simple welfare check is about to reveal a horrifying secret.
Jeffrey? Sorry to wake you up, bud. What time did you go to bed?
Two, 3.
This morning?
Yeah.
Okay, so it's not horrible. You got some sleep.
Yeah.
Even though the kids might have kept you awake some. Yeah. So I'm just here because they asked me to be here.
Okay.
Based on the situation, the kids haven't been in school. One of them is being homeschooled for the number of days that they haven't been in school.
Yeah.
So they got a few questions based on what they need to do as a school representative for truancy, okay?
All right.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
It sounds like you got some challenges here at the house. Your wife and you have different, schedules to probably try to handle the kids and stuff like that.
Yeah.
That's great. It sounds like you're trying the hardest you can to make the situation work, right? So, but they still have a job to do based on, their policies and.
Students, yes, we're just checking because they haven't been at school. He's not in school today, and
Yeah.
I think he hasn't been at school. They're supposed to be in Nevada Learning Academy, but they haven't been, enrolled. So we're just concerned to see. We just want to check that they're all okay.
Yeah.
So that I can bring the report back to school. What concerned me was that I heard the banging, and he said, "Let me out, open the door." He thought it was police. He's like, "Police, let me out." So, but then when I asked if he's okay, he stayed quiet. So I just want to make sure that I can see that he's okay.
Oh, yeah, he's okay.
And a kid like that, it makes sense that they would say, "Let me out."
Police identify the man seen here as 41-year-old Jeffrey Scanlon, a father of 4 who eventually answered the door after a school truancy officer came to the family's home over some of the kids' repeated absences. But after initially knocking several times with no answer, the school official called police when they say they heard screaming and banging from inside the home.
Because I'm sure you have, like child kind of like.
Yeah.
Do you mind if I come in?
Yeah. He's a big kid.
I can come in?
Yes.
Okay.
He's half Samoan, so he's a big kid.
Oh yeah,
He's
probably got
autistic.
some meat to him.
Oh yeah.
Once inside, police catch an alarming sight. A metal cage-like structure built right into the living room with an 11-year-old child trapped inside. But that's not all. Officers reportedly observed feces smeared on the floors and walls, along with piles of trash scattered around the room. Jeffrey is quick to offer up an explanation.
Hey, I want to thank Upside for sponsoring this body cam. Upside is a free app that gets you cash back on daily essentials like gas, groceries, and dining. When I pump my gas, I can use Upside. I mean, do you see how happy I am here? Just look at this. There are over 85,000 gas stations, grocery stores, restaurants on the Upside app, ensuring that cash back is always just around the corner. And yes, this is actual real cash back. No confusing rewards or points or credits, just actual money you can transfer straight to your bank account. So once you have the app, claim an offer for whatever you're buying on Upside. You pay as usual using a debit or credit card and follow the steps on the app and get paid. To find out how much you could earn, click the link in the description to download Upside or scan the QR code on screen and use our promo code BODYCAM and get an extra 25 cents back on every gallon on your first tank of gas. That's promo code BODYCAM for an extra 25 cents back on your first gallon of gas.
So
hey, buddy.
We had to do this because it keeps him from kicking holes everywhere in the house.
Does he have like, he doesn't hit his head on the walls or anything like that?
No.
Okay. How about the other children then that are supposed to be in school?
Yeah, they're upstairs.
Are you able to get them down here?
Yeah.
Hey, Sarge.
The officers check to make sure the other kids are alive and well before another investigator arrives with more questions about the child in the enclosure.
Yeah.
Is this set up for him?
Yeah.
Says he's part Samoan.
Yeah, half Samoan kids. He's
very strong.
He just turned 11, but he's super strong. Yeah, I mean, I have He's ripped off cabinets, kicked holes. His room upstairs, he kicked a hole all the way through into my bedroom.
Okay.
It's just
Okay.
So to keep him from destroying the house, we try to keep him in here.
He doesn't know how to unlock?
No.
Wow.
Well, on this one, we had to tie this up, and then on the other door, we have a key lock.
Okay.
So.
Because I mean, some of them are very observant. And
dude, they
smart in ways that we don't expect sometimes.
Oh, they're so sharp. Him and my daughter, they're both autistic.
So my concern as a safety officer is what happens in case of a fire.
Oh, that can be cut right there. It's just tied up. So that door opens right up. And the other one has a lock key.
So he could open it and yank it?
No, it's just tied up right now. It's just tied up.
Right.
But I mean, technically,
it
opens right up.
Okay.
Yeah, they were concerned about that when they installed it.
Yeah. And that's what we're looking for is the safety of the situation. Did you want to go up and get the kids? So we can...
Jeffrey explains he has 2 children living with autism, but keeps only the older 11-year-old boy behind bars due to his strength and alleged destructive tendencies. Seconds later, the father of 4 offers up an explanation for the kids' absences.
They've been sick for about the last couple of days.
We're good. She doesn't need to come all the way down. Or do you have questions? Or okay.
Yeah, they've had the flu for about all of last week. It started with him, and they were throwing up, and she caught it, he caught it, whole house got it.
Okay.
Me, so.
Okay. Yeah, and that wasn't related to the school though, that they had the flu. Okay. So communications. Communication is huge. All right. So no matter what, call the school, because I've even had like casinos call us to check on employees.
Okay.
Casinos, adults, check on their adults.
Yeah.
Because the adults didn't call in sick or this or that, and it's been 2 days. So we even have big corporations calling on adults, employees to make sure they're okay.
Okay.
So big thing is communication. Call the school, say, hey, she's not feeling well, stomach flu.
Okay.
Be out for 1 day, maybe 5 days or whatever. Same with whatever other children. So that way they have an understanding what's taking place.
Jeffrey tells police the family has been sick with the flu, but that doesn't get him off the hook so easily.
Yeah, when we were knocking, we're like, well, maybe they both share a car and go to work together or something, So.
Yeah, I was passed out and didn't know if it was just.
Right, pounding or not.
Yeah.
And so his speech isn't very good right now, right?
Yeah, it's not.
Okay.
When he was first born, I mean, he didn't actually start talking until he was about 4 or 5 years old.
Okay.
We thought he was just going to be nonverbal for his whole life.
Yeah.
But, he's been going to school, and basically all his verbal skills are basically just what he wants and then what he copies and hears off of the phone.
Yeah. Yeah, because I tried to communicate with him through the window, through the plywood, just to make sure he was good. I'm like, hey, are you okay? Everything good? Because he was boom, 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 boom.
Yeah.
And of course, the way it sounds because of his size, I mean, it sounded horrible.
Yeah.
But I was like, well, he's not screaming like he's in pain or anything like that.
Yeah.
So I was like, hey, I don't see any cause to be concerned in that aspect because he's yelling.
Yeah.
Because some kids on the spectrum, that's what they do.
Yeah.
I was just like, as long as he's, if he's, using his head like some of them do, as long as he has a helmet or something like that, But yeah, it doesn't look like he's got any injuries or anything like that, so that's good.
We've had to, all this plywood we've had to put up just so he doesn't break windows.
Yeah, I noticed the one window was broken.
Yeah.
I mean, that made sense when I seen it. I'm like,
Moments later, the officers step outside to discuss the situation.
Find out how long they've been here,
okay.
How long the kids have been, how long it's been like this.
Okay.
Did you know the bureau coming out?
No, I didn't say nothing.
Okay. I was about to start yelling in there, and so I walked out and took a couple deep breaths.
Yeah, I was trying to play cool and keep him talking.
Also, I told him the truth. I'm like, right now I'm leaving the kid right there because I don't need to have to wrestle 11-year-old autistic kid now.
Yeah.
While we're waiting for everything.
Yeah, I mean, the kid is that for me?
No, that's 11.
Oh. They said, because it's been about an hour.
Yeah, this is.
Yeah. You didn't score 4.
But so it's just when the detectives come here, we have everything set up so we can talk to them. I can talk to them as long as we have people in there.
While waiting for detectives to arrive, the officer calls CPS to give them a rundown of what's going on.
So the situation is we're gonna need somebody out en route here. So we got our SVU on the way. Their most autistic child, whose name is basically caged into the downstairs living area. And when I say caged, he's naked. There's feces around. It's extremely messy in the area, and windows are boarded up. So when our SVU gets here, I don't know what children may need to go with you guys, but this is extremely autistic, very strong young boy, because he tears apart the house. He's teared cupboards off the wall and stuff like that. He's just strong and very destructive as a child, with his level of autism. He doesn't have. I'm surprised he doesn't have a helmet on. So he's not banging his head against things. But like he was pounding on the plywood that's over top of the windows, and it was, you could hear it from the street. I mean, just thuds, 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 thuds. But when I was trying to ask him his name and stuff, he couldn't. He's not cognitively able to answer questions. So with that, I mean, he's been out of school for a while, I guess, and I mean, I could understand why in a sense. You'd almost have to have a specialist come into the house and meet with him. They've been sick though too. It looks, I don't see that, it doesn't appear that the kids look sick right now, but there was some sickness going around last week, like throwing up, flu kind of stuff. All 4 children are in the home, so all the walls are open, but across the main entrance into the room that he's in, it's like a metal fencing that goes from the floor to the ceiling, like a bar, metal black bars that you would see probably like as a fence to go into the backyard or something like that. In a sense, yeah. I mean, it's not, shabby looking. It looks like they had it installed semi-professionally or something. I mean, it's put in there well. It's just, it's a cage. I didn't see a bed. I see like a couch kind of thing. So he's probably sleeping on the couch. Well, without going in there and testing it, it looks like there's some on the walls and possibly on the floor. It doesn't look like he has direct access to a restroom. We haven't gone into the caged area. SVU, when they get out here, I'm sure they're going to go through that whole thing.
Next, the children's mom arrives when officers get a chance to confront her for the first time. Let's see how that goes.
Hey, you Misty? Hey, so we got called here. My name is Officer Bovey. We got called here because the Clark County School District truancy officers were tasked to come out here to try to make contact, make sure the kids are okay. All right. So that's why we came out here, was to assist them. Based on them not making contact, they could hear some screaming from the inside. So that's where we went ahead and they called us to assist and try to figure out what the situation was. Okay. So we came here and their job was to make sure that the kids were okay because they haven't been in school, right? And nobody's been calling the school to give the updates. So they weren't aware that the children were sick. So your husband, we're talking to him right now. He informed us that they were sick, and that was one reason why they were out of school. But there was also concerns based on, we heard the yelling from the inside, the pounding on the inside. What's the real situation?
Police identify the woman seen here as 46-year-old Misty Scanlon, who's about to face some questioning of her own.
Does that make sense? So that brought up, yeah, we see that, we understand that, and we know that's a challenge. So based on that, going in there, talking, your husband was asleep, so it was hard to get him up. He finally came to the door, so we were talking to him, trying to understand the whole situation of everything. Does that make sense? So based on that, we're here now.
Tell me this one ain't crazy, y'all.
We got a few more questions to ask and go from there. Does that make sense?
Agreed.
Did you leave work early?
Welcome, Michelle Apple. Good to see you, dear.
Early. You have some questions, sir?
What we're doing is, just so you know, and I was letting your husband know.
That makes a good point too, Alicia.
Whatever that is, that's a concern of ours, right? the house and come in.
Sorry, Noel, I just saw that. Thank you so much for that, dear. What could you honestly say? Good point. Good point. Thank you so much for the super chat. God bless. Very much appreciated. Thank you again, SRB and Alicia, for that stuff.
Where, right, it's a concern of ours. So right now, what we're waiting for, one of our technicians to come down, we'll talk to you guys, make sure that everything's good. If everything's good, then we're going to get out of your hair, and then we'll go from there, okay? But obviously, when we open a door and see a cage and kids and things everywhere in disarray, it concerns us. So that's what we're going to figure out. That way, you're not like, hey, what are they doing? We're here, we're waiting on the detective, so they'll talk to you. We'll do an interview. As soon as the interview's done, we'll figure out where we go from there. Does that make sense?
Hey, real quick, no weapons in your purse or in the house or anything like that? Where are they at?
There, by the way.
Put away where?
There might be some
In the garage? They're not upstairs or anything?
we have some upstairs.
Were they in the master bedroom? Okay. So the boys share these rooms up here, right? All right, they don't have access to that right now? Okay.
Are they in a safe or are they in something that they can't get access to?
They're in our room. We always
It's in your room?
Okay.
Your room's locked? All right. Let's stay out of your room for now until the detectives get here and we'll go from there. We'll let Callahan know not to let everybody go through.
Hey, come on in. So, sorry, it's a little warm up there.
Now, back inside the home, investigators have a few words of advice for the suspects.
Now that your wife's here and stuff like that, there's going to be a little bit more movement. Just want to make sure there wasn't any weapons. She mentioned about some shotguns upstairs, so we just asked that nobody go upstairs into the bedroom. Okay. So, yeah, the double doors, we don't want anybody to go up there. There's just some shotguns that aren't necessarily, they're not the gun safe, right? They're just secured up there. So that way, it's just a safety thing that we have to go through. So, yeah. When did you have this installed then?
A few years ago. Probably 6 years ago.
Oh, wow. Okay. So he was strong at a young age.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Please, buddy. It's just part of his stimming. He just.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
You know.
That's yeah, I get it. So we actually have, the good thing about this is we can start a conversation and stuff. We have a team right now. They're called Crisis Response Team. And their main goal is to help people like this in this situation, having these challenges and things like that, no matter what the age is, because they're, from kids all the way up to, 80-year-olds, So when we, and they also help with like suicidal people as well, but they come and help and provide resources, try to help out, find a program, a plan, things that can help out the family. Because I know he's grown up with it, you've grown up with him and stuff in this realm.
Yeah.
But sometimes you get stuck in the same patterns and don't realize, all of a sudden 2 years later, there's more resources out there, but you haven't looked for resources for 2 years. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So there might be more resources out there that you're not even aware of.
Okay.
I know sometimes the schools are very good at helping with resources as well. But they have their protocols or people they work with, and we're kind of independent in a sense that our team, it's a newer team, so it's probably why you haven't heard of it, but they're newer at dealing with these situations, or not with these situations, dealing with helping people. So, but they're able, because they're new, they're grabbing all this information everywhere they can come from. And one of the main officers has an adult child that's on the spectrum. And so he knows exactly what it's like, between the different triggers and things like that. And they might grow out of a trigger and develop another trigger, so they're a really good team that understand the situation and could help you with additional tools. Okay. That makes sense.
The officer keeps the suspects talking before reinforcements arrive to speak with the child in the enclosure, who doesn't appear to be happy with the situation.
Hey, the bubble guppies? Oh, the gate opened. You have beautiful voice. I love to hear you talk. Can you tell me something else? Gate open soon? Yes? Would that make you happy? Oh, I can't wait to make you happy, buddy.
Get open! Hello? Who is it? I know you want the gate open, baby. We're working on that right now, okay?
Okay.
The master bedroom is up there, right at the very top of the stairs to the left, and there's the shotguns in there. So, if by chance I don't catch it,
We're working on the gate right now, sweetheart.
This is insane to me, you guys.
Here we can see inside the room.
Absolutely insane.
And what investigators said is feces and trash. Let's continue.
Hey, can we talk about the words you know? Yeah, the words you know. You like the gate open? Why do you like the gate open?
Yes!
Oh. Do you like to be back here?
Go back here.
Here, in this room. Do you like this room?
Naughty.
Hey, buddy. Do you like this room? Or do you... Out? Yeah. You want the gate open? You like the gate open? Yeah. Soon. See you real soon. So guess what? Guess what? Soon, gate open. Yeah, soon, gate open. Yeah, soon.
Soon enough, emergency services arrive and grant the 11-year-old's request.
Remember when we talked about gate open? Gate open, that's right, bud. Soon. Gate open soon.
You guys ready?
We're ready, sir.
They're contained, right?
Yes.
Heads that way.
A bed.
Yeah, a bed. We're gonna open gate and go bed. Open gate, sit bed. Open gate, sit bed. Open gate, sit bed.
Battery
level is low.
Wait, hold on. Just wait 1 second. Yeah, yeah.
Ready?
Going to the bed.
Yay! Here we go. Right to the bed.
Officers open the gate and secure the child safely onto a stretcher to be evaluated.
We got the teddy bear.
Oh, God.
Yeah, we're gonna if it's cool, we'll both go in the back with you guys. Cool.
Jeffrey and Misty Scanlon were arrested and each booked for 1 count of child abuse and neglect. The couple later pleaded guilty to a misdemeanor child neglect charge and were each sentenced to 1 year of probation.
People are insane. Folks, insane. I don't understand how people treat children this way. I just don't. I don't understand this. So, yep, bingo. That's exactly my point right there, Lisa. Another slap on the damn wrist. It is what it is, y'all. People are insane. Completely. So, let's see what we got next coming up here. Moving on. Let me see here. Show. All right, let me see here. She. Yeah, there was. I covered it this morning before you come in, Leslie. Unfortunately, it was in Philadelphia. There was also the guy that drove through the crowd of people too. It's just people are insane. Thank you though, Leslie. I appreciate it, hon. Unless there was another one after that, which God only knows. Did have this here just in case but nobody saw this. That came out on Fox yesterday. 1 minute here. As we all know, that it seems like a lot of the parents to the Idaho 4 are trying to get to the trial now. So this was released on Fox yesterday. I don't know if you guys saw this.
University of Idaho students murdered in November of 2022 is asking for financial help so she can attend the trial of Brian Koberger.
Fox 13 Shir Matsuzawa is joining us with Xana Kernodle's mom. Is what she's saying and how you can help.
A friend of Xana's mom, Kara, started a GoFundMe earlier this week to make sure Kara can make the 400-mile journey from North Idaho, where she lives, to Boise, where Brian Koberger's trial is scheduled to happen this summer.
It's been more than 2 years since the world lost these 4 bright lights: Xana Kernodle, Ethan Chapin, Madison Mogan, and Kaylee Gonzalez. And this summer, the trial for the man accused of...
Hey, Rowena, good to see you, dear. And yes, I agree. Everybody does.
...is expected to get underway in Boise, Idaho.
She's hurt, and all of these families are hurt.
To make sure Xana's mom, Kara, can attend the trial, which is slated to last upwards of 3 months, her friend, Lori Scott, started this GoFundMe.
Everybody had like people raising money for them, and I just noticed that she hadn't asked for anything.
In a statement, Kara said, "The loss of my beautiful daughter Xana has been the hardest thing I never thought I would have to endure. If you are not able to donate, prayers are even more appreciated. My hope is that truth and justice through God will be accomplished."
And even though I've lost my child, I can't imagine losing a child in the way that she has, even more than me. And I just wanted to.
Yes, and I tell you what, when I spoke to her, it was briefly. People have things that happen in their lives, okay? And I've heard so many people go down on her, not go down on her, but come down on her, sorry. And this and everything else. I don't care. That was still her daughter, okay? Whatever has happened in her life, that's still her daughter. She still carried that child for 9 months and gave birth to her. She's still her daughter. And she has every right to be there too, okay? I know a lot of people don't like her, and a lot of people feel that she shouldn't do this and she shouldn't do that. I don't want to hear that, guys. At this point, I just don't, okay? It doesn't make any difference to me whatsoever. Everybody that's involved in this, victim-wise, their parents deserve to be there, including what I would say, Brian. Yeah, that's good to see that too, Alicia. So she looks like she's going to be able to make this. Exactly, Leslie. People are just ignorant. They are, because they don't like this or the long time she lost a child. She carried that child. She has every right to claim whatever she wants with that child, in my opinion. So, hey, Heather, good to see you this morning, dear. So, yes, I hope she does get to go. And I think it's important. She has every right to be there. And she has her own thoughts on this, by the way, guys. Kara has stated that she doesn't completely think Brian is the only one that could have done this. So, and I think that's good, because that means she's got an open mind and wants to know the truth, not just Brian. Okay. That tells me she wants the truth. That's important. Everybody should want the truth to get real justice for their kids, period. Wonderful to have you here, Heather. And Raquel, good to see you. And yes, I agree. She should be there wholeheartedly. Sorry to interrupt.
To make it so she could be there for the trial, because that's important that she be able to see for herself that justice is being served in this.
Lori told Fox 13 Xana's mom has been blown away by the support.
She's just really sweet and appreciative. The people that are donating for this are actually the heroes. They're helping her get there.
She is a very sweet person, and she's got a beautiful heart, I believe, from when I spoke to her, from what I could tell. And she just wants the truth and to get justice for her child. And God bless her for that, because that's what every one of them should want, period.
And it means the world to her. It really means the world to her.
Lori tells me the ultimate goal is to raise $50,000. Those funds will cover any and all of Kara's expenses as she takes off from work and relocates from North Idaho to Boise during the duration of the trial. Now, the families of Kaylee Gonzalez and Madison Mogen also have a GoFundMe, and we'll have links to all of them at fox13seattle.com. But we also want to take a moment and acknowledge that today is Madison Mogen's birthday. Her loved ones have deemed it Maddie May Day. It's a day dedicated to spreading kindness in her honor. And on Facebook, the Gonzalez family said Maddie is the funniest, most genuine, kind-hearted, and loving person. They went on to say they love her and miss her more every day. In the newsroom, Shira Matsuzawa, Fox 13 News.
Jury selection is scheduled for July 30th, with Koberger's trial expected to start on August 11th.
Once again, I just hope she's able to go. That's something, truly. Yes, and happy birthday, heavenly birthday to Madison Mogen. Rest in heaven. I hope you had a beautiful day. Let me check something else, guys. Gianna, welcome. Thank you so much for joining us today, Miss Gianna. Great to have you here. Thank you, Christina. Right. Let me see here, guys. Let's see where we're at time-wise. Oh, there was another one I wanted to show you, too, that I've been trying to catch up with some cases of other things going on in the world besides the stuff we've been looking at. Trying to keep my variety open on these things and put more stuff out. There's still the manhunt for the escaped inmates, the few that are left, still going on out there. Let me see. Okay, so this is another story I wanted to put out yesterday, actually, but yesterday was a bit of a crazy day.
When's the last time you saw it?
Memorial Day, so I didn't get a chance to. So this is another one I've been following just the past couple of days, and I thought you guys would want to be interested in knowing some of this stuff's going on. And then we're moving into, from there, we're going to check out some Good Samaritans, and then we'll be trying to get some smiles on our faces, and out the door we go. Agreed. Thank you, Michelle. Yes, happy heavenly birthday to Madison Mogen. All right, guys. Check this out. This is a mess. It really is. For those of you that may not have seen this. Are we talking about Heather's hip, what's she call him? Hippopotamus. He is very cute.
Trigger warning. This video includes sensitive and violent content that may not be suitable for all viewers. This video is for 18 plus only. Trigger warning. This video includes sensitive and violent content that may not be suitable for all viewers.
All right, guys. Let's check this out.
I haven't seen my son in over 3 years.
My dad is a secret type of person. So I have to find everything out on my own. He's been keeping Corey away from us. I'm under 6.
Every time when I would call and ask him, can I see my son? He would tell me no. He's too bad. Is his house occupied?
What the happened to him?
It's crazy.
I never, ever in my life expected this.
The penalty is death.
Get your family out of here.
Why me?
I will have my attorney call you.
So unbelievable.
It's been more than 3 years since 12-year-old Jakari Robinson last saw his mother, Yolande Robinson. Jakari's father, 45-year-old Ramon Moy, told relatives Jakari has been behaving so badly that he hasn't been allowed to see anyone recently, not even his own mother. By October 10th, 2023, Jakari has spent several weeks confined to his father's house. But his two teenage sisters come and go as they please frequently. Police reports state that the girls have spent all of October with their mother so Moy could take care of something.
I talked to Jakari about maybe about 5 weeks ago. I had got the girls again. I said, Jakari, Ramon, where's Jakari? He said, he right here. I said, Jakari, man, you gotta be good so you can come over and have some fun with us. He said, okay, mama. That was it. That was the last conversation we had.
Jakari's mother isn't the only family member who's been wondering where little Jakari is. His older brother, 22-year-old Jay Moy, hasn't seen Jakari for 52 days.
Well, how old are you?
21, 22.
And
I'm sorry, 22.
Yeah, so that's about a 10-year difference there.
So I moved out at 18, and I really haven't been here that much since then. I've just been popping up to visit my dad here and there. I've been popping up here and there to visit, but I haven't really been here, really in some years. I haven't actually sat down and actually stayed here in some years.
2 days prior, on October 8th, Jay was supposed to pick up his sisters from Yolande's residence and take them back to stay with their father. Moy agreed that the girls could return home, but when it came time for Jay to drop them off, Moy sent a text saying he was suddenly unavailable. Jay could feel something wasn't right. His dad had been acting strange for months, dodging his visits, denying family members' requests to see Jakari, and offering conflicting stories about what he was up to. The back and forth about the girls wasn't the first bizarre switch up for Moy.
Every time I pull up, my dad would come outside to me because he been saying he been trying to move real bad. I was supposed to help him move and this and that, but then he got sick, so he put that on hold and saying that he don't have too much longer to live. It just everything just wasn't adding up. Everything just wasn't adding up. It just wasn't adding up.
A few months back, Moy told his son that the cancer he'd battled years ago had returned. That only made Jay anxious to see his dad more often. The last time he saw his father was just 4 or 5 days ago, when Jay noticed his dad's behavior was becoming stranger. He wouldn't let Jay inside the home, and he was taking several deep breaths. To Jay, something seemed off. The last time Jay had seen his younger brother, Jakari, was August 19th, Jakari's 12th birthday. Up to this point, Jay had been patient with his father, but now, on October 10th, 2023, he's ready to act. Because as it turns out, no one has seen Jakari as of late. Not family, not friends. Neighbors haven't even seen him outside the home.
How long ago did you start getting concerned from?
I've been concerned for the last month, but it really got serious within the last week.
Yeah.
Because I have distant. My dad been dodging. Every time I come over here, every time I come over here to drop the kids off or something to him, he'll say he's not here. But I'm like, how you not here if you just told them? So I came here because he been texting me today saying he only got a couple days left to live. So I'm like, okay. He said he don't want us to see him like that, so he been staying away from us. So I'm like, Dad, I need to see you. If you only got a couple days left to live, I need to see you.
Hello. You live here?
Yeah. That's right.
Okay. Yeah. So, our captain wanted us to talk to neighbors to see if you guys seen any activity at that residence. Anybody going in and out within the past week?
There's always that one family with the dad and then the girls. That's it.
Okay. Did you see them outside, in the this past week at all?
They're always outside. They come out.
How about the little brother?
Actually, I didn't know they even had a little brother. I always thought it was all girls. I
Okay,
don't pay them
okay.
attention. They little. My kids all adults.
Oh, okay, okay,
So I see them, but I wave at the dad. That's about it.
okay. All right. Thanks.
Okay, thank you.
Hello. Hi. So our captain wanted us to talk to neighbors to see if you guys seen any activity going on at that house in the past week. Any like kids playing outside? Like our main person that we're asking for is a little boy, like an 11-year-old little boy.
11-year-old, I haven't seen him in a while.
Okay.
Jay and his girlfriend drive to Moy's home to check on him and Jakari and hopefully get some answers. But Moy isn't picking up the phone or opening the door. So Jay walks inside.
Can I ask you something though? Yeah. When you walked in there, was there anything that kind of looked out of place? Anything out of the norm?
The house itself.
Just in what words?
Like, as if like no one lived there. I was lost for words when I went in that house, though. When I went in there and I seen that house.
15 affirmative, 55 on the vehicle,
I don't know, bro.
The first thing Jay notices when he crosses the threshold is the overwhelming odor. Then he begins walking through the home, and it appears uninhabitable. The rooms and closets are filled with trash. The shower and toilets don't appear to be working. All the food in the kitchen has turned black and blue. And the smell of rancid food and something rotten permeates the home. That's when he sees something and finally recognizes the foul stench. Lies, deceit, decay. Jay immediately calls 911, and officers arrive on scene in minutes.
I'm on your 6.
It's clear. Is this house occupied?
It's apparently used as staying here.
Where's the DOE?
Right here.
Oh.
Girls. Dude. Doesn't even look like.
The state of 12-year-old Jakari Robinson's remains is shocking. His face, barely recognizable.
Kind of looks like someone wrapped him up like that, put a blanket over him.
Yeah.
His body appears emaciated, like he hasn't eaten for weeks. The thermostat is set at 64 degrees, chilly, but not nearly cold enough to stop the decomposition. Detectives determine that Jakari is alone in the home, though it's clear someone left him there.
A lot of it's the rooms that me and checked, there were females. Like little girl clothes.
So it's probably mom or some sort of family member.
Where's family at?
No working toilet. No working shower. That's crazy.
Clothing and shoes belonging to Jakari's sisters are strewn about the home, but there is no sign of them or their father inside.
I mean, if there's two other, bunk beds where the other kids are.
Right. Wonder if this is just a nasty case of neglect.
Probably.
So the kid's supposed to be, what, 11, they said?
Yeah.
Was two daddy, one of
his
the
sister.
Officers make their way back outside the residence to get the rest of Jay's story and to try to learn what might have happened to the little boy inside. Did you know that your personal data is being harvested and sold online by data brokers? Anyone can buy your personal details. Investigates. Promo code investigates.
Is he supposed to have a cell phone with him?
Jakari?
Yeah.
He have a cell phone, but I don't even think that is on.
Okay.
I don't even think that is on, bro.
In your opinion, because obviously we don't know you. You have more insight on this.
Amen, John.
Do you think your dad was just, what was the relationship between him and Jakari?
Honestly, bro, he's been telling me that the last couple of months that Jakari has been like real bad and that he's been keeping Kari away from us. And I've been wondering like why he can never come with us. Every time we go somewhere, it's always the girls. He always let the two girls come, but he never let Jakari come. My mom even noticed that. She even asked me like, why Jakari never can come to nothing? He always got to stay here. Why is that? So then, I never, ever, ever in my life expected this.
Though Jay didn't expect his father could be capable of homicide, He knows his father is a harsh punisher. Jakari's sisters also tell officers that Moy often used food as a punishment. Moy allegedly prohibited Jakari from eating. If Jakari was caught sneaking into the kitchen at night, he knew he risked being beaten. His sisters also tell detectives their mother, Yolan, knew something was wrong, and she had allegedly made threats to do something about it.
I got victim's mom over here and brother. And sisters right here. That's the victim's family. It sounds like what happened is like 5-6 days ago before I think it's the last time they heard from this guy. I'm sorry, okay? So you're mom of Jakari? When was the last time you saw Jakari?
I haven't seen my son in over 3 years.
Okay.
Every time when I would call Ramon and ask him, can I see my son? He would tell me no, he's too bad. I said, Ramon, a kid is never that bad where they can't see their mom. That's just bull. I texted Ramon early today. I was at work. I texted him over and over. I said, Ramon, when can I come and see? Can Jakari come over? I got the girls. Can I get Jakari? He said, Jakari will be with you very soon. He said, I'm too weak right now to bring him to you, but I will make sure that he gets to you today. I said, okay, fine. Then I had mentioned my son. I said, well, Jazz can come and get him and bring him over to me. Then I get a call, just getting off of work. I got a call. My daughter said, Mama, I knew it. Found him dead.
Detectives are able to obtain text messages between Moy and his daughters that reveal Yolan was so worried about Jakari, she was ready to involve law enforcement. Moy was doing his best to isolate Jakari, but when he was around family, they noticed he was disturbingly thin. At the time of his death, 12-year-old Jakari weighed only 54 pounds.
That's another thing. He's gotten super skinny over time. The times I didn't see him, like for his birthday, I seen him August 19th. He was super skinny. Like, I try not to really say nothing about it, but I'm like, damn, like, is he eating? Like, did he starve to death? What the happened to him?
So you saw him August 19th?
Yes, that was like really the last really good time I saw him, because he asked me, can I stay with him? I gave him some toys, and I was about to leave, and my little brother said, can you stay with me for a little bit? And as soon as he said that, it hit me. I'm like, damn. I sat and played with him with his toys for a little bit on the porch, about a good 30 minutes, and I left. Like, he never really had a big brother figure, man. That's the thing, and I tried to tell my dad, like, let him come over, Dad. Let him play the game with me. Let him come to my house. He can chill with me. This and that, Dad. It's just, I don't understand it, bro. I'm lost. I'm lost.
Don't understand this, you guys. I've said this time and time again. If you don't want children, don't have them. If you have children and you can't handle them, there are so many people that can. Tell somebody, don't do this to your children. This is insane to me. Beyond insane. 54 pounds at 12 years old? Come on. Hi, Taylor. Nothing yet. I don't understand it. I just don't.
I don't understand either.
I'm lost, bro.
Even seeing Jakari's gaunt figure, or later his decomposing body, aren't enough to make it all feel real to his loved ones, and maybe it won't, until the monster responsible for this is behind bars. But for that to happen, investigators first need to track him down.
When you texted Ramon, did he ever respond to
Yes,
you?
he did. Yes, he did.
Responded to you today?
Yes, he did several times.
Okay, what did he say to you?
I'm going to read them to you right now. Here it is, right.
And if this child died, this is his father, left him in the house and just left. Are you kidding me? What the fuck is wrong with people and their brain? I don't get this shit anymore. I don't. Asha is 7 and no, I understand. Right. Exactly. It's obvious, Leslie. This is sickening.
Right here. What he said. He said, I don't have enough. He pretty much saying he don't have no energy to bring Jakari to me. And I just kept texting. And then I said, because he had told me I know he got. And I said, you're going to be okay. You're going to, prayer works and all this other stuff. He said, I'm not feeling good. He said, but I will, pretty much bring Jakari. He said, yes, I have Jakari. Yes, I have. Pretty much, I got Jakari here. Jakari's fine. But then this.
Do you know if Rahman drives?
No, he doesn't.
He doesn't?
He does not drive. Everything is on foot.
Despite claiming he's been too sick and weak to travel, Rahman Moy fled the crime scene, and apparently he walked off. He should be easy enough to find, especially with Jakari's family and the community backing the search for the suspected child killer.
Rahman would go?
He would probably run to his mama's house. I can't think of nowhere else. Where would he go?
Do you know the address on 22nd?
I'm not even sure. I know she changed her phone number. I wonder why did she change her phone number all of a sudden?
Her phone number?
I guess not too long ago she changed her number.
Okay.
Now detectives have somewhere to start in their search for Moy.
Mind if we step in for a second? So it doesn't close all the way.
But to their surprise, it appears that Moy never went to his mother's house seeking refuge. Actually, police discovered that couldn't be further from the truth. Text messages between Moy and his mother show she isn't harboring her son. She's trying to convince him to come forward. While police continue to look for evidence as to where Moy might be hiding out, his family is left to speculate what horrors happened inside the home.
My dad is a secretive type of person. He don't tell me too much or nothing, so I have to find everything out on my own. Just like today, if I wouldn't have never went in that house, my little brother would have been sitting in that house for I don't know how long ago.
The advanced state of decomposition tells investigators that Jakari was likely lying deceased in the home for at least a week.
Like I said, ain't no kid that bad where you got to take his life. I'm sorry.
I got kids, and I can't even imagine hurting my kid, no matter how.
I'm telling you.
I couldn't. At the end of the day, no matter how stressful they may be,
I'm telling you,
they are your pride and joy.
That's right. And it's so funny because he sent me a text. He said, I need you to watch the kids. He said, because I need to go to the hospital. And I said, really? So I'm thinking, did he hit Jakari too hard with something and Jakari just bled out or something? And he lay down and just probably died or something? I don't know. I'm just thinking about I don't know. I'm just all over the place.
It's all the what happened, where did it go wrong kind of scenarios right now.
What he could have possibly did to take your son's damn life. I understand you going through, you just lost your girlfriend. I understand that. Damn. Your son, come over, Mom. You better than that, man. You better than that.
Did he tell you where he was at when you talked to him?
No. He just said I told him I was gonna come and get Jakari when I got off from work. Yeah. And he said, no, I'm gonna bring Jakari. He said Jakari will be with you very soon. That's what he said. Jakari's coming to you very soon. Right.
And how many kids does he have? I'm sorry.
He got 6 by me.
6 by you? Okay.
6 by me.
And did you guys just like, is this a new girlfriend or it's been a couple years that
he's been with but she's passed too now.
Okay.
So I'm thinking, he couldn't cope with that with her dying because I guess they were supposed to get married like the next day and she passed. So I don't know if he just couldn't cope off with her death and just took it out on Jakari. I don't know.
The medical examiner arrives on scene as officers are speaking with Jakari's mother, Yalan. Soon, the family can finally learn the truth about what happened to Jakari.
Emmy's on scene.
I don't want to be out here.
Let boss know.
Y'all not gonna bring him out here when we out here, are you?
No, they examine him inside. And then
I don't want to see that.
So this is what it is. So detectives will do their investigation. Medical examiner will come and do their investigation and deem what the cause would be. Okay.
They're gonna tell us that tonight.
You will get some information tonight. The Emmy will talk to you, and so will the detectives. Okay. So just.
I kind of been feeling that way too, Gianna. There's no way in hell I would have just laid back and let that happen. But sometimes people don't have choices, I guess. But I couldn't. No way. No, that's how I ended up with full custody of my boys when I got divorced from their mother. No way. No. There's no way anybody's going to keep me from my children, period.
Stand by. Let them do their thing.
The medical examiner determines Jakari suffered several fractured ribs and a fracture in each arm. The autopsy later showed the bones were already healing at the time Jakari died, leading investigators to believe he had suffered severe neglect and physical abuse for quite some time before his untimely death. Now, all that's left to do is to find one of Wisconsin's most wanted, Ramon Moy. But it would take U.S. Marshals and Milwaukee police 4 months to finally bring him into custody. It's a tip that finally leads detectives to him. In February 2024, Ramon Moy is charged with first-degree reckless homicide and chronic neglect of a child. In court, Moy admits that Jakari died on October 3, 2023, and his body lay decomposing on the living room floor for 1 week by the time Jay Moy discovered him. On September 1st, 2024, Moy pleads guilty and a judge sentences Moy to 47.5 years in prison, followed by 20 years of supervised release. Moy is currently serving his sentence at the Green Bay Correctional Institution. If released, he will be 94.5 years old.
Don't sound it doesn't sound to me like he was terminal. Sorry, just saying. That's disgusting to me. Completely right, Heather. Right. Congrats, Raquel. Welcome back to the sauce or to the sauce. We appreciate you joining us. And we are grateful to have you here with us. That's disgusting, y'all. Absolutely disgusting. I don't even have words at this point. I couldn't believe it. Couldn't believe it. Like I said, I'm trying to get other cases and stories out to you guys of things going on besides just the ones that we've been settling on. There's a lot more going on in the world, and we need to focus on some of that too. So, okay. On we go, on we go, on we go. Let me see here.
So there's like these little Japanese competitions.
In 1 minute. Oh, definitely Rowena. Disgusting. All right, just a heads up, guys. Some of you guys might want to grab some tissues. This is the part where I start putting out the Good Samaritan segment, I call it, where I show good people and good things going on in the world. Just to remind us all that there is hope, that there is still so much good in the world as compared to what we see on a regular basis. So we run a little bit of this just to remind everybody. So some of this can be a little happy, saddening, I guess, or brings happy tears of joy in some senses and so on and so forth. So just a heads up so that you guys are prepared. Like I said, this is just to bring everybody a feeling about humanity and positivity and show that it's still out here, folks. That's all.
Well, hobby, but when you need to rescue a frightened kitten, you've got to do whatever works.
Okay.
On his wedding day, this groom paid tribute to his late mom by walking down the aisle with her portrait.
Some of these in these compilations, you guys, just so you know, are mixed in with some that we've seen before. So if that happens, my apologies.
When nobody's kind enough to stop and lend a hand, help can come from the most unexpected places. A 96-year-old grandma meeting her great-granddaughter for the first time. What a span of generations. Even busy cops have time for a quick game of hopscotch.
Okay, come on in. I can't find what you need. Come on in.
Want to help the homeless? Why not take them shopping with you?
Thanks, Wally. There you go. There's some change for you. Okay. And Merry Christmas to you too. Tony, take care of yourself, and I'll see you. I promise I'll come back over here and get you a hat and some gloves.
After having a tough time, this gift of a puppy from his daughter was just too much. When this woman showed signs of dehydration and hunger, this Good Samaritan leapt into action.
Are you hungry? Like, can I get you anything to eat right now? Like, if you could have anything to eat right now, what would you want to eat? So look, I brought you the most amazing steak, burger, sandwich, and french fries. I hope it makes you smile. I know it's not much. We were driving by and we saw you.
What do you need when your baby won't stop screaming mid-flight? A fellow passenger who was a teacher for over 40
We did see some of these. These were already. Hold on. Give me a minute, guys.
Does it not come out like you have one big about? But you're hearing it in your head that way, not me.
Hang on a minute. These can be confusing, these links. I have so many of these links, so my apologies, guys. Hold on 1 minute.
But when there's a cute, tiny Kingsguard waiting for them, they can sometimes be a bit flexible. When the other diners in this restaurant realized that this lady was celebrating her birthday on her own, they not only joined in with the applause, also gave her a special birthday hug, one by one. This deaf little girl and deaf delivery guy have built an unlikely friendship. He even has a special thank you in his van that she drew especially for him. Gifts don't come more personal than this. This guy received a Build-A-Bear from the recipient of his son's donated heart, and there's a recording of the beating heart inside. This student was a victim of bullying, so his classmates decided to cheer him up by buying him some new clothes and shoes. This guy was running a fundraiser for a children's cancer hospital on Twitch when he received a $1 million check.
Bro, are you kidding me?
From Twitch. This guy stopped his van and ran over a busy street just to help another human in need. When a small child ran onto a football pitch, security were quick to come to collect the boy, but the players had other ideas in mind.
We are having taco night.
This grandma couldn't reach her neighbors on the phone, so she invited them over to dinner with
3, 2, 1.
Even with a debilitating skin condition, this kid was able to beat Superman in an arm wrestling contest. This little girl brought a touch of magic to her local police force, and they did the same for her. There's no greater example of human warmth than telling someone they've left their coffee on the car roof.
That's the most Canadian thing I've ever seen.
When this teen froze during her rendition of the Star-Spangled Banner, one man was kind enough to restore her confidence by singing along.
Oh, the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming.
When birds no longer have a mother to feed them, they sometimes have to rely on the kindness of people like this. Here's the moment when this mother's grandfather finds out that she's used his name as the middle name of his first great-grandchild.
Oh.
This 9-year-old girl hadn't seen herself with hair for years due to alopecia. Look at her face when she sees herself in this natural-looking wig.
Gosh, what do you think? You like it?
This poor guy was having trouble crossing a road, and it would have gone from bad to worse if these good Samaritans hadn't shown up in time. These kids aren't just stopping by in the street to watch TV. They're homeless, and this store lets them watch what they want every single night. This guy found a unique way of helping a fellow boater in some serious trouble. This kid had to spend his birthday in quarantine, so the local police force decided to provide some entertainment. We all deserve to have someone tucking us in at night, even stray dogs. This man cycled 1,400 miles to honor the memory of his daughter and finished his journey by listening to the beating of her donated heart inside the man whose life she'd saved. Some guys will stop traffic just to save a scared turtle in the middle of an intersection. This guy was streaming live in Japan when a random girl walking past signaled that she was being followed. His instincts kicked in, and he stayed with the girl until her stalker left.
Hi. Yeah. It's all right. Have a good night, man.